desk.
Hello everyone, and welcome to me turning my mic on.
Nice job.
Yeah, smooth as you like. Hello everybody, welcome to another Monday Night Gaming. I'm your host Chris Sheriff. Joining me today is Greg Jackson.
Yay.
Back from his massive hiatus of hating everything X-Wing.
I still hate everything X-Wing,
okay.
don't worry. It's okay.
Yeah, playing other games, I believe. Something about judging board gamey stuff, being all like having your opinions matter. I don't know.
Wow.
It kind of gave me the impression it was important, and then I just ignored him.
Not important at all. Just playing other games, which was good, but I had to play like 20 different board games in the space of about 2 weeks. So, some of them were good and some of them were bad. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, you'll get to see the list at some point. We'll talk about it once it's like finalised and stuff. Things win, we'll see.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But well, I suppose, it's not really a podcast, so I don't want to delay talking about the main topic for too long. But like 2 minutes into a show now, we've not mentioned anything about X-Wing or giant FAQs. So we could talk about something else if you like.
There's
nice weather.
There's no news regarding X-Wing that came out today.
No.
Nothing at all. Nothing that has got people up in arms.
We never got your thoughts on the Sea Rock, because you've not been on since then. What did you think about Scum Epics?
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's long overdue. They needed a big ship.
Yeah.
And there's some interesting stuff in there. Some crew that might see some play in regular games as well.
Yeah.
So
I did.
we've got a Calvin.
Yeah, we have a Calvin.
Returned.
We did see a guy posted a question, right? So if the Sea Rock's the equivalent of a GR75 or the Gazanti, was the Scum Raider and CR90 like in the same place the Scum Gazanti and GR75 doesn't exist yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Calvin's here now, so shall we delve into the giant pages of doom?
Yeah, there's the four big ones that will delight most people and upset a few others.
The nerf to Saboteur, it's about time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a big one for me.
Yeah.
So important.
It's funny, I'd mentioned a bunch of the things that they ended up clarifying, which, M9 was one that...
It works on Snapshot and stuff.
Exactly how I had been saying, and I told everyone I was going to rule it, is how they have now clarified it, so...
Oh, you're the best TO, Greg.
I know. It takes a lot of effort, but, actually, when I'm compared to you, it's easy to look good, so, yeah. But no, I don't know where you want to start. They errated a few cards.
Yeah.
So
what do you want us to cover first, guys?
Hey, double zeros, they're still touching.
Yeah, that's true.
So
they changed that.
Now?
Yeah.
Because you used to have to overlap to negate being shot at.
They changed it back.
Yeah,
so
you can't barrel roll into contact.
Yep.
You can.
That was something that we kind of knew anyway, but there's always people that are like, oh, they're touching, and like.
I suppose the timing changes for Dengar and stuff like that.
Explicit clarification.
For the simultaneous fire roll.
Yeah. You can't talk to us when we're doing this play because no one can hear you, so it just makes us look really unprofessional. You've been here enough times now.
The explicit clarification was relevant to that. So
so the simultaneous fire, they've
fixed it so that if you shoot at Dengar because you have initiative at PS9 and kill Dengar, he would shoot you back and then die before his activation because technically he'd had a chance to fire using his ability.
Yeah.
It now triggers on activation, not on a chance
to
fix
fire.
that.
Yeah, they basically just changed any reference to opportunity to attack to activation, because obviously some people get to fire more than once.
Yeah. So that was good. Then, do you want to pick one of the big ones? Which one do you think got hit the worst?
Manaru is obviously the one that's going to come off first, I think. Because range 1, I honestly feel it may have been a bit too much.
I think we were talking about this before when we saw the FAQ drop, and range 1, the only reason I think of range 1 is because we're trying to do a live stream now, guys, so you're just interrupting us talking to a world. Yeah. It's going to keep happening, you know. Do you want to tell them the news about studios and stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, we got confirmation that the company that is renting next door is definitely going to be moving out in the middle of May, which means that by the end of May, fingers crossed, we will have studio space
Yeah.
that we can actually do the stream from, and then
You know, the bit I'm looking forward to the most. You see this flickering here? It's
On
not
the-
actually the quality of our cameras.
It's the door.
It's these fans that
Yeah.
spin and reflect the
light.
light. That really bugs me. I spend so long trying to figure it out if I can light it differently, and there's nothing I can do. And that just one little thing.
Chris focuses on the important issues.
The technical issues.
So
I'm
anyway,
surprised you're not as bothered by someone without fail asking you where the bathroom is every stream.
Oh well.
So yeah, anyway, back to Manaru. Range
Yeah.
1, yeah, we were talking
Yeah.
earlier, and I think range 1 to 3 would probably not have been far enough.
Yeah.
Range 1 to 2, I feel like they could have done that, and that would have been fine. But you had your
So
point.
the reason I think they had to go to range 1 is because of the passing of target locks as well.
Yeah.
Because at range 2 you can still pretty much negate any ordnance coming at your list. You can't target lock Manaru because she's going to pass it off. So restricting it to range 1, I feel like you can outplay the passing of target locks now. And it feels like that's what we were trying to do, add more outplay opportunities into these FAQs
Yeah.
rather than just having it fixed. So that's
Yeah.
why,
However, I feel it kills the ability of Fen to play a flanking position, which kind of
It
makes
kills the
Paratani
ability-
not really function as it used to.
it means that she's still the best focus engine for a Migrant list with Scum have available.
Yeah.
There's no better engine for your focus abilities in that Migrant list. In the way you want to try and play her anyway, she needs to be aggressive to get her points. And at 28 points from Mindlink Manaru, I feel like she's still tremendously good value. You're right in the flanking opportunities of Fen, but do you really think that if you're coming in at range 3 with Fen out of arc of a lot of ships, that's actually going to be a big game-changing problem? Or is it first world problems of my tier 1 list is now only tier 1.5? The fact that you can't just fly Fen and sit at range 2 of someone and always be okay.
Yeah.
And I don't mind a list being punished somewhat. So everyone's right, she will see less play. That isn't because she's not good. She'll see less play because she isn't as good. She's not broken anymore, which is the point of the nerfs.
Yeah.
It's something you're going to hear me come back to at least 3 more times.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's still a good option. It just means you need to change what else is in the list and the way that you fly it. You can't do the same kind of
Yeah, pretty
list.
much.
So
On the other hand, I don't think X7 is going to change how the ship flies at all. It's just going to make counterplay actually exist against the ship.
So you can now.
Riyadh is almost unbothered because she still has 3 K-turn options.
yeah,
Oh.
And you can't block all of them.
4K turn up. She can still do the 4 as a straight. But X7. No, she can do the 2 and just not do it.
I didn't count the 2.
Yeah. So the outplay potential of you can shut it down with stress. So we could see a return of a Paul Heaver style
Stress hog, yeah.
hog. Is it Rain who's been doing it in the Arc 170 with the stress bottom gunner, things like that, or tactician? That kind of outplay potential.
Yeah,
Being able
there's
to shut it down.
there's also the one arc that can pull stress off of itself, Raiden Strat,
Raiden,
right?
that's
So, okay.
I couldn't remember what his name was.
Right, yeah.
That you've got the stuff like 4X7. it buffs it slightly in that if you are running a PTL Ryad, because it's after a maneuver, you can PTL off that.
Yep.
And then we'll need a timing clarification to see if that is within the maneuver. So
That's
that you
after
still-
execute a maneuver, though.
Yeah. So
The X7 is after.
After you execute.
so you
Yeah.
don't get to pull the thrust
No.
or doing a green. When you PTL
No,
off
it's
that.
completely. Yeah, you don't get to pull the stress immediately.
Yeah. So, what do you want to do next?
yeah,
Some
I mean,
people in the chat are talking. I like the timing change to R3A2.
Which is now at the end of the declare target step. So
Yeah, stress control is definitely useful. But I honestly don't think it's going to change how the X7 flies in general. It's just going to make it easier to kill.
Yeah, it's not going to change how you want to fly it. Like defenders, even with X7, haven't changed how they fly.
Yeah.
You
It's just
still-
that they were harder to kill.
Yeah, you still have
And
to
they
fly.
needed that being harder to kill and that being cheaper to actually be functional on the table.
Yeah.
So yeah, the R3A2 thing. I mean, it was a necessary clarification because, as written, it didn't do anything
Yes.
because there was no defender at the time that
Yeah.
you were supposed to trigger his ability. So
Yeah,
now
that
it's like
was
saying,
really just a functional update.
yeah, that was just
I don't
hey
know
now.
anyone who actually played it that way.
Well, I mean,
I know
I
people
don't know
argued
anyone
it that
really-
way.
Yeah,
But
that as written, the wording with the new timing chart and everything, the timing didn't work out, so that was just changing it so that went back to the way it was supposed to work.
yeah. Okay, so that's two of the FAQ. Shall we kick Calvin over to the game so we
So he
don't
looks
keep
lonely.
waiting
Yeah,
too
let's
much
do
longer?
that. Yeah.
And then we can talk about Palpatine and Zuckus whilst Calvin's not here because I know he really wants to.
I don't care about them. Honestly, this list is going. This game is either going to be really long or really short and stupid. So
Okay.
enjoy.
I have confessions to make, guys. I did forget to return the store's laptop, which has all of the setup on it. Yeah. So we are doing it off my laptop at the moment, and I had to make it look like this. So it's sort of an overlay. It's not the best, but
It gives you the information that you probably need.
yeah. So we will. Are you all deployed and everything?
Yeah, ready to go,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're all ready. Yeah. So we do 65-minute rounds. Your time has started now. So we have Calvin running missile bombers with a Zeta leader.
He wanted to make the targeting synchronizer work.
There's better ways to do it on this list.
Well, that's not in doubt, but that was his plan, he told me. He was trying to make it work.
Yeah. Just leave them there, do anything, just don't interrupt us again. Ah, people.
We need the live on air sign again.
Yeah.
invisible.
We do. We need
Tell
it.
people not to look at the camera.
Okay.
Carry on, you're talking
Yeah.
about Calvin's list.
Yeah.
Zeta leader.
So Zeta leader, PS9, she gets to take a target lock and everyone else gets to use it. So Calvin's aiming to get fully modified homing missile shots off, which,
Yeah.
if it works, will be good. And Clay, knowing exactly what Calvin was running, obviously brought the hard counter. Oh, sorry, no, that's completely wrong. Clay brought a list that's going to sit in the corner whilst Calvin approaches. It gets to range 3 because Calvin can count to 11 and launches missiles a go-go at him.
Yes.
So Clay's list is designed to occupy space, which is good.
It's pretty good at that.
Yeah.
3 shuttles.
Yeah.
This list was designed by Patrick, or at
I
least.
think this is an amalgamation, like the Dormant's tricks of getting to set up a circular base pilot outside the deployment zone so you can fortress specifically this way, I think was Clay's, or I hadn't seen. Yeah. Yeah. So he gets to sit there. As you can see, both of the Upsilons pulled zeros, and then Yor pulls the stress off. They get their actions. Yor does a green and has Inspiring Recruit. Doesn't have
Gets
to.
rid of both stress. Yeah.
Yeah. Rinse, repeat. Or alternatively, rinse until the bombers get in range and then remove one of your shuttles.
Yeah.
The interesting thing will be is if Calvin has space to K-turn after he's launched his missiles. Because he needs to get out of the... But you
Doesn't
can't
want to
sit
stay
him.
in the death zone.
No. Because Calvin could even with one Upsilon down, Calvin can easily lose an Upsilon a bomber every turn. Those 4 dice primaries nip.
Just a little bit. So yeah, I'm sad that this matchup has occurred because they're just going to be flying straight at each other, or rather, Calvin's going to be flying straight at him, and Cody's going to sit there when he's got the seismic torpedoes with extra munitions, so he has the capacity to blow up all the obstacles.
Are we missing an obstacle? Oh no, it's underneath Quiet Space, isn't it?
And
No? Have you already
good.
blown up an obstacle?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. We've blown up that already.
so
So you got to see one.
well,
We just
I missed it. Yeah, I was too busy chatting. But yeah, I was like, yes, it can pull up all the obstacles on the table and
Yeah.
turn it into a really interesting game.
I did read a post on Facebook that someone was fed up of always fighting in an asteroid field. Job done. Job done.
Take this list, blow them all up, and then
See, Audio Weasel are one of the few people who will remember our terrible all-white overlay. By our, I mean the one that I threw together in like Microsoft Paint because I didn't have any other way of doing it.
yes, I think you logged in after Chris mentioned how he forgot the store laptop at home and had to make do with his own laptop.
So if Audio Weasel forgives the reasoning, I think you have to forgive me. So the reason I forgot the store laptop is because I was working on the Armada videos that are on it that need to be edited. So I'm going to be putting some Armada videos onto the YouTube channel soon. If that's reason enough, you know. Are we using the new FAQ tonight? Wow.
Yes, because
It came into effect.
the effective date is actually the 17th of March 2016, according to the FAQ. So it's been in effect for almost a year, and everyone's been cheating.
Yep. Retroactive, we're going to strip everyone who flew Paratani of the regional wins.
But yeah, we will use the new one. I don't know if it's going to affect much. I guess actually in the next game I know we've got some defenders, so there'll be some X7 titles. But
So I foresee the front Upsilon, which is the PS2 cyclo-based pilot, is about to get removed from the game.
let's find out, shall we? Is at least going to get to shoot back because simultaneous fire.
Yeah. See, Audio Weasel forgives me, so I'm feeling good.
How much progress did you make on those Armada videos?
I don't feel like we're going to use any of these parts of the table now, so that's a list for people who want to see. This is where we now play X-Wing in a 1 foot by 2 foot square.
Ooh.
What you're talking about, that was just sleight of hand to distract people from my lack of progress on Armada videos.
Oh. 1 damage.
1 damage onto...
I assume the front one,
Yeah.
but
that
I wasn't paying attention. He was kind of measuring range and checking, but it
That was 1
it was
damage onto
Italy.
the Upsilon. So, we'll be updated.
I'm pretty sure Calvin's a good enough player that he will be concentrating all of his fire. So I'll give him some credit. He's done pretty well over the years. So that looks like hit. Crit.
Sorry, I just made it disappear.
Damaged engine. I think that was... Yeah, the one with the green base in the bottom right corner.
Yeah. The green one we will call number 1.
And
Is that 2 crits onto the same one?
One was damage and one was thrust control fire.
And an extra damage.
so 5 total. So still alive.
Yeah.
These rolls here are going to see whether or not we'll start with green because
So
we will use it when you melt.
I suppose it's not fully modified because you still can't spend a target lock. Spending the focus.
Four
Four
shields.
shields.
Down to 1. I guess the last one can spend it.
Yeah. When you roll blanks.
Destiny. Yes, actually, last Monday of March is down as Destiny. Countdown. I don't know. I don't know what you're running. Did you pick?
I've not decided yet. I was going to speak to him to see.
Oh, got an evade.
Oh yeah.
So that's 2 damage.
How much have we done so far?
2 hull left on it.
2
2 left. Okay, so still alive. Really wanted to take that out.
Yes, we did. Well,
Calvin really
did.
wanted to take that out.
I'm happy to mock whoever loses in this game. Because Clay invites me around to his house to play X-Wing now, which I'm forever grateful for. But it definitely means I get to mock him more because we're friends now. And Calvin would do it to me, so
Oh, he will be doing later on.
I know because I'm just going to win perfectly. I'm a flawless victory.
Right.
I hate you.
I believe you. Everyone believes it. Yeah, 12 hit points is a lot, but 3, I guess a 3 dice primary and then 3 homing missiles. You know, you have the chance to take it out, but didn't get there, and that's gonna hurt. Although, you know, him not losing a bomber also helpful.
Yeah. So, what do you do now? Do you use Zeta Leader's shot to attempt to finish off the guy who's going to get to the PS2 on, accepting that you're probably going to lose a bomber to the higher PS shots anyway?
Yeah, I think so. I think you've got to assume that Green is gonna die, unless, well, no, he's gonna die. Because yours gonna shoot first, and he's not going anywhere. So,
see, when people say no more action loss when bumping during the aileron move, I refute the word no more, or the term no more, because
that was another one where they clarified
yeah.
how it worked and how we had been ruling it here anyway.
yeah, because we're not idiots.
Well,
Not calling the rest of the world idiots, but you know, come on.
I mean it is a maneuver. It says it's a maneuver, and in the performing a maneuvers, it says if you bump, you skip your perform action step. But I think
when your dial isn't revealed yet, it shouldn't count. And it doesn't. So my feelings are obviously correct, which is always a place you should start an argument from.
Yeah. No, I mean I can see it both ways, and
Yeah, by the letter of
they
the
did
rules,
need to clarify it. So that was fair enough.
I would just point out that people say a lot of things.
I mean, they cleared up the I'll show you the dark side, Marek Steel
Yeah.
timing thing, which again I think was something that was clear if you looked at it properly and read about all the timing and when things happen. But it's nice that they've specifically spelled it out.
So a good block by Calvin there, trying to do what he can to protect. But I feel like everyone's going to have done zeros anyway.
Well, Yor did his one forward because he wanted to clear his stress.
Well, yeah, Yor will never ever get an action.
Yeah. He doesn't care.
Actually,
You know the other option would be just kill Zeta Leader.
I think those gentlemen are setting up the straight test.
Wow. I mean, ultimately,
I'll be back in a second. I'm just going to grab these other guys a table for our next lot of players.
Okay. I mean, ultimately, killing Zeta Leader just means that the homing missile attacks are not as good, but oh, there he goes. Got there. So that definitely the right choice. Zeta Leader finishing off the Starkiller base. And that is a dead bomber in response, which again we knew that was pretty much going to happen, so now ships are coming off the table. And it looks like he's going after Zeta Leader now.
Yeah, so as predicted, the green one died and the shuttle died.
Yes. Zeta
Did
Leader
Zeta Leader do the shuttle?
did the shuttle. Yor finished off the bomber, and then Dormitz is going after Zeta Leader now. So 4
Should have a
hits,
shield up.
I guess we can expand it. So they,
and that's a lot of blanks. That is quite horrendous.
Yeah.
we really messed with that.
So complete whiff.
They did something to the card defender title.
And the dead Zeta Leader.
Yeah,
But I got it on my
those green dice, they're fickle.
Yeah. We could probably tell other people we don't need to set up there again.
It's all too fast.
You probably could, actually.
And,
Oh, we'll see.
he
We'll
can't
see.
catch any
No, I cannot.
because one, they won't have moved, and two, they won't be moving.
You could well be right there, Chris.
Yeah, they also screwed over if you know anyone who plays Mandarin or the.
Is Palp now overcasted? So
They changed it.
we haven't got to Palp yet, but we can talk about it now.
He was way too.
It's
Shall we save it for Calvin? You know,
you want to wait?
Yeah,
Well, I guess.
because he's going to be upset after getting spanked up and all around by a Fortress List that you should never ever lose to.
But short answer, yes.
If you don't get bumped.
I think I don't know if he'll vanish completely. I think it's still
I'm
worth.
still playing.
So my
think-
buddy was.
He's still good. He's just not
I was thinking, I was hearing it.
as good.
Yeah, I'm going to ruin it for everybody because basically you're going to get to hear me talk about it now, but I'll do a video about it. Then we're recording Nova Squadron tonight on Thursday. And then I've got a Dice 8 podcast I need to finish up this week as well. So I'm going to talk about Pulp 4 times this week. And yeah, You guys gonna get the preview?
But we will wait for Calvin. So we've got to talk about that, and we've got to talk about Zuckus.
Yeah,
And we can talk more about some of the other stuff too.
yeah.
This is the one I'm going to go with. I don't know if you
Because, yeah,
I think.
found some of it online, and then I
So for you, I can nail. I 100% think that he will return to the top of the competitive meta.
realized that I was going to run this one because I like her, but then I realized I forgot.
Just not with defenders.
oh yeah.
I am into it.
Saboteur got nerfed though, so not as
Yeah,
good.
there's no point using Saboteur anymore. They ruined it.
Yeah. He had like 10 less built with Saboteur and now got to scrap
I
them all,
love the
so.
one in the art.
Yeah, I was surprised too when I saw it. I'm looking over it.
Well, no,
Battlings with hooks, I think, is a good one.
someone who's not my roommate. So, yeah. I don't have one of the cards.
The biggest problem I have with hooks is it's so annoying in the movie.
That's what I figured.
So ridiculously over the top that I can't take him seriously adding him to
What do
a
you
list.
mean you can't
I'm
take Space Hitler seriously? Sorry, Ginger Space Hitler.
He's got to like spit a bit more in his fervor.
Well, you know about fanatical devotion. See what I did there?
Oh, hey, look at that. He didn't K-turn because the shot was stopped. And he was aware that that was going to happen. He's played this game before.
Yeah, maybe he overheard me saying it.
You promised it would be quick.
Ginger Space Goering, maybe. Oh dear. See, I'm going to claim that at least this white backdrop makes the Twitch chat really clean.
Yeah,
Look how clear that is.
yeah.
I might actually rework our overlays at some point because I have all of the programs to do it properly now.
Let's see. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
That's 5 hits. One symbol survives. I assume that means one hull remaining.
On the orange one, is that the one that didn't have seismics?
It's the one. No, they both the two survivors both had seismics.
Okay, I killed one of them.
Seismic and it had no seismic in it.
I killed the wrong one. Sad times.
Wait, they didn't all have seismics?
No.
Oh, okay. So he couldn't kill all 6. Sad face. Yeah, look at that. Clay's running scared now. Takes no
Exactly.
damage.
I don't know how you can possibly describe it as running when he hasn't moved.
He moved. He moved like one time. Wow. That's 4 hits
Yeah.
and an evade.
So that's all of the shields gone off dormants now. Half points.
Yeah.
Winning. Ah, we're
What has
using
he
the
lost?
alternate facts version of winning
He's
now,
lost
aren't we?
48. No, he is winning. He's winning on points.
Yeah,
No,
because he's
yeah.
got 52 points on the table. One of them only has one hole left, but he's got 52 points on the table. Do you dial in the 5k now? Oh, bottled it. Oh, that was a horrible crunching noise.
Whoa. Now he's running away because he's ahead. Make Clay come after him.
So I do actually have the Jobos emojis on this computer because obviously I took them straight away and put them on all of my computers. Yeah. I showed you the little cartoon falcon I had flying around the table the other day.
You did, yeah.
Greg was impressed at my professionalism.
Look at this. Running
See?
away. Running.
How do you pronounce it, Calvin? Running away. Is that a fair impression? I don't know. I don't know how good my Calvin is.
No, it's pretty bad.
So
How-
it's okay. So are you.
How much time do we have?
We have 42 minutes remaining.
So,
But
42 minutes to run away. You are ahead on points.
come on, Clay. Why are you down in the hard one? What's wrong with you?
It's, what, 54
That
to
would've-
48?
That would have been next level if Clay had down in the hard one.
Oh,
Because there was only one way they could go.
and it gets a crit through. But that's the undamaged one.
Yeah, it is.
so
Yeah. Shaken pilot.
Can't be assigned straight.
It's okay. 5k is not a straight.
That's true. It's definitely going to do the 5k.
I don't know. He might need to blow up that rock first.
He should, actually. That's going to be in the way. Did you tell those guys not to bother starting?
No. I'll just interrupt them while we can have more time chatting
That's a good point.
about palpamatine.
Palps. And what else? Immediately.
Oh yeah. That's a big
Immediately
change.
is pure reminder text. Slam timing. So now it's timing of after a maneuver and after an action.
Does Calvin have a space goatee?
It is alternate reality, Calvin.
I don't know. 'cause
And in
then
fact-
if it was alternate reality Calvin, surely Calvin would be nice.
Well, that's true. That's true. We'll see.
It's saying that you're flying a list that has ships that aren't always the same. So is it? Do you have a goatee? Are you evil alternate reality Calvin? I pointed out that.
No, I'm darkest time like Calvin.
Well, no, I said that if you had a goatee, you would be nice Calvin, because obviously you are evil Calvin.
That's also accurate. Literally darkest timeline one is my visual self.
Whoa.
To a given value of sucking.
Yor gets to do an action, and he doesn't know what to do. Clay's looking all confused because he doesn't normally get to
Do you
form an
need me
action.
to tell you
with
what
Yor.
actions are on that dial?
Which
The lambda dial?
lambda dial?
Yeah.
I might.
Because you're not used to doing actions, right? Are you?
Alright.
Oh, look at that. Push
Oh,
it as
oh,
much. Oh, push it a bit closer. I like that.
Do you
I
want
like
to lift it
it.
again? It'll fit then.
Push it. See, I like that. Push it away a little bit, and then I pushed it and pull it back further when you correct it. That's the way to do
I
it.
forgot to clean the Sentry Box dice tray as well.
Look at it. Filthy. Filthy.
It's because of all of those grubby X-Wing players.
Anyone who's watching this on like HD, super massive screen.
That's why I lowered the quality of the webcam we're using, because on my laptop I could have done all 4 cameras.
Oh, look at that.
Is that another dead apple?
No,
Another dead bomber?
but it was a nice whiff on the green dice again.
Yeah.
And oh, look at that, 4 hits. Range 3, so he gets his 3 dice. And
Yes.
still no evades.
No evades. That'll be.
Calvin has 0 evades on his evade dice.
So, from my reading of the game state, there is a single bomber left. It has
With 1 hull.
1 hull, and I don't believe that one has a homing missile left. Yeah, so it is out of ordnance.
Oh, look at that, 2 hits.
6 dice. No evades in both.
And he spends his focus to take 0 damage.
So no damage for players. Seems legit. I don't actually understand what Calvin's complaining about. This seems like every time.
Symbols than I have.
This is why every time I play X-Wing, Calvin, I don't understand what you're complaining about.
So I would suggest
The ratio of the base to green dice is directly inverted. Invertly proportional.
I would suggest we tell the other guys not to stop playing. Because like when this is done, we'll get Calvin in and we'll talk, but we'll at least get him to set up on that table.
Yeah, I will go and pass on the good news.
I mean, not to write Calvin off or anything, but
That is not legal for competitive play.
oh yeah, he's moving to attack position. Shields up. Yeah, seismic torpedo. Blow it up.
Now he rolls those.
So after all that, he blew up the debris, did no damage, and then concedes because, well, he wants to deny Clay the pleasure of that that final bomber. All right. So,
All right. Well,
we should switch it over to
the desk.
desk cam. Get Clay in. Yeah.
So, this is what happens every single time I fly something weird and silly. I end up playing like Chris.
Play like
I make
Chris.
a core mistake, and then the dice just kick me while I'm down.
Well, I would recommend you bring green dice that have evades on them. That's a piece of advice I'm going to give you, because if you bring the ones that don't have any evade symbols on, it makes it hard.
Yeah, a little bit. But, guys, this is why I fly quad TLTs. It doesn't do this.
In all honesty,
Stupid lists do this.
You don't care about
They
green
fall
dice.
apart and look
I
stupid.
brought a list like that Patrick suggested, thinking that Calvin would bring his usual something list that's terrible for that to even deal with.
And instead you have something that has 12 hit points
You
of
flew
ship.
bombers for a change, so I was not expecting bombers. Although anything else, those bombers could easily erase really quickly. So
Yeah, I mean,
Every time I put bombers on the table and go, okay, this should be good against anything but this one archetype. That's what the other guy puts on the table. It's just
well,
like,
you know,
why do I bother?
obviously not losing the bomber to that first round of attacks. If you had managed to take his one ship off the table,
yeah, I was kind of worried.
then you know
Yeah.
maybe you have a chance. It's still probably tough at that
Well, he was
point.
only firing 2 shots at it first round,
Yeah.
and one of them was at the same initiative, so he would never deny that bomber the shot.
Right.
So,
Yeah. So I mean, you had a chance, obviously, with the 3 missile shots and the 1 primary from Zeta Leader, but trying to get 12 damage through is not easy.
I'm happy with my first experience flying the.
well, I was rolling
shuttle.
15 dice with good modifiers, so
Yeah. You had a chance, but you know, it was not an easy chance. And then
turning back and forth No, I was ready to go to final salvo. It's 11 attack dice I get there.
that would have been the most interesting game ever for you to watch.
No, see, even though that may have been the way to win the game, just K turning back and forth, that is not fun. It is not entertainment.
In all
It is
honesty,
not blood.
In all honesty, I brought a second list tonight in case Calvin just said, I'm not coming at you, you have to come out. And I would say, no, I'm not coming out. Let's do final salvo, first turn, and pull out the other list and fly another list. I was prepared for that possibility.
Yeah, no. Instead, I'm like, you know what? No, screw it. I'm just gonna try and bomb you today.
I figured that you'd attack no matter what you had, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think you were up against it. The second round when the bomber died, the Upsilon died, was like, okay, that was obviously going to happen. And then Zeta Leader just decided to evaporate. And then
She shit the bed.
and then you would, and then you were in big trouble.
I mean, you did have a good chance to generate 4 hits just because of the setup you were running. I mean,
Yeah,
pretty much you'd have to roll double blanks to not get 4 hits.
Yeah.
And
But
full
still,
credit to Patrick. He flew
0.
that one against me there the night that Chris came over for a hanger bait tournament, and it was just like, I'm going to roll 4 dice. They're going to be 4 hits every single time. And he even made it dirtier because I think by the time we were done 2 rounds of firing, Rack had 1 hit left and was dripping crits like there was no tomorrow. So, yeah, that's an interesting combination that Rec Spec and
With your
was it weapons guidance?
Weapons guidance,
Weapons
yeah.
guidance.
It's an effective, especially if you can keep people from getting behind you with that Upsilon shuttle. That's what kills them. So,
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll let the next guys get set up soon.
I'm not sure.
We have defenders in the next round, so that should be a longer game. But we'll get Calvin back in a minute once he's packed his stuff out the way.
So I've told him we won't use the FAQ for this game if we don't want to, because obviously
Okay.
they're both really new.
Okay, fair
So
enough.
I don't want to throw new rules at them that they don't know.
Yeah, so the next 2 guys, Dan and Tyler, are both very new to the game. I don't know how many games they've played between them, but it's not many.
We only played 2 or 3 games against his roommate who we tricked into playing or something.
Right. I know Dan's been down a couple of times when they played here as the Turi Cluster, but I don't know if he's played very many actual 100-point dogfight games. So yeah, we'll see. But
Calvin, could you grab me the list just so I can start noting them down? And
yeah, we'll get those lists ready. So yeah, going back to the FAQ, slam timing is
defined now.
yeah. At the
It's
same
okay, as long
time,
as you know what it is, so I can write it down.
Okay, there's one list.
Yeah.
Okay, there's one more. There's one more.
Just tell me the pilots and stuff. I'll be able to figure it out.
Riot with VTL,
Yeah.
Twin Ion and X7.
Yeah. And
Vessery with Juke X7.
okay, yeah.
Altar with X7.
Okay. No, that's
nice and easy. So yeah, what else do we have? We talked about touching and barrel rolls, which was just a clarification. We talked about, I'll show you the dark side.
show you the dark side.
They clarified that Darth Vader crew occurs after the attack and therefore cannot trigger that, and Marek Steel happens after as well. What else do we have? Countdown's ability makes the attack miss. So I guess that comes into play for certain abilities. Gunner or yeah, I guess it's Gunner basically. If you shoot countdown with Gunner, and you get to shoot again. Han Solo, yeah, placing on an obstacle. Of course, he gets the effect of it. That'd be stupid.
So I'm just going to make one comment more on that game. Clay was grateful that I was willing to come joust with him, and
Clay was happy that you were willing to concede the game.
yes. Well, it's because on Saturday, Bill and I played some Age of Sigmar, and we decided to see if Archaon could be taken down by 1,000 points of Stormcast Eternals. The answer is no. He really can't. So Bill basically was willing to walk into a game where he just basically conceded from the start. So I'm like, let's see what happens. Let's see how much
Can you do
damage
the
I
same?
can do on the way in.
Yeah.
I'm honestly curious. I honestly wonder though if my quad Gamma Squadron veteran setup might have actually done better against that, because that would have been 4 torpedo shots
you
at
would have
higher
done.
skill.
You would have guaranteed to kill the first one.
Yeah.
Need my list back after you're done.
It would have been 4 bomber shots at higher skill. So basically, what this has taught me is don't do gimmicky stuff. Fly 4 of the same ship.
Like 4 TLTs, for example.
That is the most fun ever.
Hey, actually, some of their major prey is dead.
All of the major prey.
Vessery has 2 S's. Just to ruin things.
It's okay.
So I actually think the quad TLTs will continue their minor resurgence.
They won 120 player regionals in the UK weekend.
Yeah, and I didn't think
See,
I
other
That was
Brits realize
before.
it's good.
Oh, I never said it wasn't good. I said I refused to fly that crap
It's not
because
fun.
I have a personality, and don't despise myself, other people, and the game.
That's just what
So-
you tell yourself at night.
Dan does need his list back afterwards because
Yeah.
he doesn't have all the cards. But while you're doing that, shall we talk about Palpatine?
Yeah, you guys can talk away because I'm going to get multiple opportunities.
Yeah, finally Palpatine is dead, or at least in the old construct of always hold him for when you absolutely need him. Now you're just going to look at the attack and go, okay, well that's 4 hits, so I'm going to use Palpatine now. So there's a little more thought involved, and he's not just a backup.
Yeah. So obviously not as good. They didn't change the points. So 2 crew slots and 8 points for the way it works now. I feel like that's high. He's still good. He is still good. I mean, as I think people were saying on the thread in the Calgary group, it's the combination of having him plus ships
Fell
that
levels of defense.
yes, is what makes him too good, or potentially too good right now. I know you don't think he's too
Yeah,
good
with,
as he was.
Actually, with Zuckuss also being severely nerfed, we may actually be able to see the resurgence of that one relatively fragile ace accompanied by one heavy ship carrying Palpatine. It's not going to be the classic pop shuttle with 2 aces.
I think there's space for classic Pulp Aces to come back. Fel Vader.
Yeah, the classic maybe,
Because-
but not the current Commonwealth Defender form, I don't think.
Defenders he doesn't work with because you need the pilot skill now.
Yeah, the defenders can't dodge. But if you have Fel Vader, they can arc dodge, and I think that may work. But I think what may work better is something like the old RAC Fel, only retuned to have Palpatine.
Yeah, so I mean, I think there's still a place for Palpatine in high levels of competition. But yeah, as with the other nerfed things, you just have to change a little bit how you use it and what you pair with it.
Yeah.
So
The Palpatine nerf is not the Deadeye nerf. It doesn't just take the archetype, drag it out back, and pump it full of shotgun shells.
yeah, you just have to be a bit more careful. And you're going to take 1 shot with your ace. Well, that's when you save Palpatine this round. So,
And frankly, good Pulp Aces lists were probably only taking 1 to 2 shots a round on their aces anyways, so...
yeah.
You need to watch it.
So you
So
just got to
Commonwealth
be.
Defenders is no longer going to be as easy to pilot. I'm sure Aaron will be shedding tears over that.
The black market's like
So yeah, overall, if they
You can have just like that.
drop the points cost to 6,
just use this. And I'm like, I don't
would people be complaining less?
So
Would
the comparisons I've heard is that it's no longer a tier 1 card. So what were the tier 1 lists before this FAQ? And which one of them survived unscathed to still be a tier 1 list? None of the tier 1 lists survived the FAQ.
That's because all of them were Defenders or Mind Link.
Yeah, every
Even
tier
the
1
the torpedo boats
already
was
gone.
yeah, like
is a
this-
tier 1.
Yeah.
So
Like-
the fact that you can say it's not tier 1 anymore, nothing in the current meta as it lives today, there is no tier 1 list,
yeah, exactly.
which means tier 2 lists are all tier 1.
way.
So if Palp drops to tier 2,
Yeah.
Until they kill
it's still tier 1.
Then she's through.
If nobody is tier 1, a lot more people become tier 1.
Yeah. So Stop your whining and play Paladin.
Until people figure out a new.
Oh, well, Note
Tier
7
one.
wasn't really tier 1. I don't think.
I don't know what that one is.
That's the triple K wings with bombers and Sabine.
No, that's not tier 1. I refute that as tier 1 because it's got far too many hard counters and outplay opportunities. It wins a lot of events because good players fly it well and bad players fly into it.
It's also really hard to practice against because you have to have someone who's actually quite good at that type of list specifically to
It
play
flies
it well.
completely differently. Chris saying dumb stuff again.
Yeah, remember
That's
that
what
dumb
we
thing
choose.
you said about Palpatine when it was released, that it was good, and then everyone else was writing it off?
Yep.
The internet is like, oh, it's not very good.
So I'll give you the scenario of basically what Calvin was alluding to is that if you're a competent, high-level Palpaces player, Fel and Vader shouldn't be getting shot multiple times around.
No, I wasn't talking about this. I was talking about Palpatine's release.
Yeah,
right?
but no, it's in earlier when we were discussing Palpatine.
Right.
So if Fel's only getting shot once, you use Palpatine and say evade, then you roll all of your dice with your focus tokens and you evade and don't get hit. So that's kind of like Palpatine now. He's not as good if you're bad at the game. He's just as good if you're better at the game than your opponent, which is the idea of being tier 1, a top tier player.
Snapshot greens, no.
Yeah, snapshot. Snapshot juke. It's the best.
I still need to fly that list, just the Green Squadron Duke snapshot list.
You should.
Greens are
all
what?
the same.
19 base?
Yes.
So to have Duke snapshot, they are 22?
Yeah.
So it is a lot worse against
20
TLTs,
with the
but
Chana.
how bad is an Aces list against TLTs without Palpatine?
Palpatine didn't make a difference. Like,
It-
all Palpatine
It
did.
does make a difference
Yeah,
in
but-
that it's that extra layer. But if you can get
You're still only
inside
going to
from
push
your
through one
outmaneuver-
point.
Yeah.
Like, in my
Against-
experience,
and Crack Swarm,
in my experience, Palpaces was still beatable with quad TLT. So all this does is slant the matchup a little more back towards quad TLT. So it I don't honestly know the statistic, but it goes from like 70-30 to 65-35. That's all it
I
does.
still think, given equal skill, I would put my money on a Palpaces player over a Quad TLT player.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. Like, I still think it's favored for them, but it's less favored than it used to be, is all.
Yeah.
So a good point about Crack Swarm. Do we think it comes back
Well,
again?
well, we have to ask ourselves, what was the main problem with Crack Swarm? Like, why weren't we
So you
seeing it?
couldn't punch through defenders.
Yep.
Too many things were getting out of it. The reason they made a resurgence was torp bolts.
Yeah.
They beat torpedo bolts, which aren't currently in the meta. So still,
We also beat
There's
quad
a-
TLTs,
yeah.
which weren't in the meta, which are still sort of floating around at not tier 3.
there's still an intensive list to fly. You have to be on your game, which is, for me anyway, in my opinion, would always be a detriment to any swarm.
Yeah, it's a 6-ship list.
Yeah.
Like, Paratami also was very good at getting past it, and it was hard to crack through It was hard to crack through Ventress
Yeah.
with Crack Swarm, just because she had so much health.
Yeah. There's still going to
Compared to
be a
the
lot of
Yeah.
big ships with a lot of health
Yeah.
that Crack Swarms may have trouble getting through.
Yeah, so I think those lists get better by the things that were good get worse. But
Crack Swarm also did have the problem with the defenders, so
yeah, that Crack Swarm.
they can now block them,
Yeah.
but I'm honestly not convinced that's enough. Because their matchup against the defenders is pretty awful.
We need to get someone that flies a good Crack Swarm to give them a try.
I'm not flying Crack Swarm. Yeah, I didn't do
Get
Crack
Paul.
Swarm well anyoay.
We get
Call
Paul.
down.
Yeah. Do we want to talk about Zuckus, or do you want to move over to the game? And
They're still
we're on the
deploying.
game.
There's not much to say about Zuckus, though.
Zuckus is dead. Unless you're running. In fact, we'll talk about the actual change first. Did we actually say
not-
out loud what the change to
No.
Palpatine was?
so Palpatine is you decide that you're going to use him before you roll the dice.
And you have to declare the result you're going to change to. But
And-
that is
yeah.
pretty much not relevant.
Evade
at
or
declare.
crit.
And you must.
What else were you ever
must
going to
change
declare?
to it? Which is kind of
I'm sure there is an edge case somewhere where you
yeah.
might not be entirely sure if you want a crit or a hit. Like,
And then why would you declare that you wanted? Yeah,
because
I
you don't want too many crits? I don't know. Like,
don't know.
There's
It
got to be
seems
some
weird,
random
but-
edge case.
Maybe
You
we've
must-
got determination.
Yeah, you must turn one of your
yes.
dice to it afterwards.
But then knowing that they have determination, then you would just declare hit. You would just call hit.
That's the
So-
time when you.
Well, you would, but what I'm saying is there's an edge case where you might not know what you really want to call.
Yeah.
That is a little more tenuous because it would depend on you needing to see your dice result and not wanting too many crits while still wanting crits.
So yeah, it basically works as it did before, except you have to decide beforehand that you're going to use it rather than after.
So we have 3 PS9 ships on the Rebel side.
So what do we have? Nora, Poe, and Ahsoka. Nora and Ahsoka got VI, so yeah, all PS9.
I'm going to move it. It shifted again now, so I'm going to back down.
VI,
What about
R2D2,
Raging Nien Num?
Tail
It's
Gunner.
still Nien Num.
Raging the Unknown.
Yeah, so
What about it?
So-
You like?
All it did was
I love
clarify
Nien
that
Num.
Rage assigns 2 tokens in sequence
no,
or
now
something.
we get to fire. So what's Niamnum again?
It's-
When you get a stress token, if there's a ship in range 1 arc,
you know,
then you can
get
discard
to
the
get
stress.
rid of it.
Yeah. So
So I guess it clarifies that if you receive 2 and it says you would get rid of a stress,
You
what
receive
do you leave
2
1?
individually.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what the clarification did.
Yes,
The rage
yeah.
goes, you receive 1, and then you receive 1.
Right.
So Nien goes, I receive 1, I discard it. I receive 1, I discard it.
Yeah.
Like, it's cute, but it's still a T70.
She just flies around.
It's awesome, but I've tried with Rage, and I prefer the push the limit. You know.
Expertise APT Rhymer.
still not doing it. You'll never sell me on APT Rhymer. The only viable Rhymer is Snapshot Tactician Rhymer. That's the only viable Rhymer.
And there is no plan other than
I've been trying to make Advanced Proton Torpedoes Rhymer work for, well, longer than you've been trying to make Advanced Proton Torpedoes work.
I've never tried to make Advanced Proton Torpedoes Rhymer work. I
Not Rhymer specifically, just Advanced Proton
I
Torpedoes,
successfully
period.
made them work. You just put them on Guri and win.
I used to put advanced proton torpedoes on Garvin Dries. Yeah, that's back when I ran Garvin, Kyle, and Dutch. Three ships, all PS6. It was the best. It was so good. So do we want to talk about Zuckus?
Okay, so what was the change to Zuckus?
So
Okay.
What is there to say about
is-
Zuckus?
You cannot use his ability if he's stressed. If you,
Yeah, it's a
basically-
relatively minor change, and it just kills the edge case of freaking super stressed Dengar.
Yeah, it kills Dengaru.
But Dengaru was already dead.
Dengaru is entirely dead.
Well, the hyper stress variation.
No,
anyways.
literally, there's no way Dengaru, with Dengar and Manru on the table, with your only ships, does not work.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think now. If
Well, you can't have Lone Wolf anymore.
No, Lone Wolf.
You guys can get going. Yeah.
All right.
Um,
So here we go.
My list is unchanged. That had Zuckus on my boss homing missile list.
Yeah, because you're only going to use it to push through one shot.
Yeah, the homing missile is the only one that counts.
See, all this does is remove the one obnoxious edge case where he was too good.
So
And frankly, in any other situation, Zuckus was honestly fine.
Yeah, 'cause I mean, I remember Ian's list where he had Zuckuss and he would only typically use to reroll one
Yep.
at a time. Some, you know,
Although you may see an upswing in Inspiring Recruit use so that you can drop 2 stress.
yeah.
Well, that,
To go with Zuckuss.
that really cripples the party bus.
Yeah. Well, it may not go on the party bus. I mean, what
There
there's
is no
is
other
there?
ship that has 2 crew slots per scum. It's 1 crew or 3.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that would do it then.
I was like,
Well, if there's a future ship with 2 crew slots, maybe Inspiring Recruit plus Zuckuss. Well, actually, Inspiring Recruit doesn't need to be on the ship.
well, that's the thing. I would rather get into the game.
So if you're flying something out to Inspiring Recruit in range of the transition so that you can have Zuckuss, Forlom and Dengar or whatever combination you so choose, feel free. Zuckuss, in fact, I will just let you do it. I'll ignore the FAQ because whatever.
I don't know.
I'll
It could
just
be
get
like
behind you and kill you.
it could be like Paylob with a TLT or something.
Yeah. The only
It's not actually terrible.
And I'm like, bombs really fast. That I realized.
not
It's not good,
terrible.
but remember, it's a spectrum. Just because something is not bad does not make it good. It's just not bad. There's this entire gradation.
There we go. Thanks.
But yeah, ultimately,
Remember, it's the internet, so it's tier 1. Oh shit.
yeah. Ultimately, I think, you know, for a 1-point card, it was too good, and now it's good.
Yeah.
You don't get that.
If it was, so the way I try and think about these cards is if they were released as is now, and we'd never seen them before, how would I consider them? Zuckuss, I wouldn't bat an eyelid at. It would be, it's the same as Forlom. If it's equal power to Forlom, costs the same amount of points, takes up the same slot, it's fine. Palpatine, I
Well-
would have had a harder time convincing myself that he was good, but I would still argue that he's good.
Yeah, because we've seen him be good.
Yeah. And then Manaru, I didn't think she was as good as she was when she came out,
So I get to pick.
but I now think that she's still good, but just not as good.
Yeah.
It's a good thing we've got Clay over there helping them teach because one of our players here is actually quite new. So this is more of a learning game.
They're both
And-
very new.
Yeah.
And of course, one of them has 3 TIE defenders
Yep.
because that's how you learn.
Yeah.
That's my fault, because when he was talking, he was getting into the game. He wanted something somewhat competitive, because he comes from a Magic background. And
Oh, so he's like
he's
Rich.
used to competitive play, and so a cheapish
Competitive.
competitive list was going for the defenders. So I
2
take
boxes of veterans and 1 TIE D.
I take
and
some of the
one regular
blame for
defender.
that,
And you're
but
done.
1 box of veterans, 2 defenders.
You need 3 copies of X7.
yeah,
Oh yeah, it only comes with 2. doesn't
you
it?
do, yeah.
If it works once, then she has.
So
She's mostly there.
I don't know if he managed to find another copy and only bought the one, I think. But,
Well, somehow he got a 3rd copy of X7.
yeah.
Shoot someone.
Tractor beam. Oh yeah. See,
That would have been a great
Just-
idea, though. With
the quad
Don't
jumpers.
get ahead of yourself, Audio Weasel. Come on.
Quad jumpers.
Come on, Scott. Quad jumper on the table in my game later.
Yeah.
I'll run my ENS list.
Quad jump.
want to drag out my stuff.
Man, love the quad jumpers.
My contracted scout, quad jumper, double hawk list. Oh yeah.
Is that what you're running today? Excellent.
See, if I was
If
going to
it
play
fails, we
today,
can make fun of you. If it succeeds, we can still
you
make fun of you.
wins.
If it succeeds and I had 2 hawks and a quad jumper on the table, you will be bowing down at my feet, worshipping me as the X-Wing god that I am.
See, Internet, this is the level of self-delusion we have to deal with here on the desk.
You know how hard it is to outfly somebody with a hawk?
Not that hard.
It's so easy because it has
Unless
a
they have
turret.
eyes.
They have a turret. You can't outfly that, Chris. You can't. It's not getting away. So did you tell them that we're not doing
Yeah,
the?
they know. Or they should know.
I don't know if they would have even been aware of the new FAQ or not. But
One of them was aware of it, the other one not so much.
But anyway, looking back at this list, what do we have? Push the limit Poe with L5P9, auto thrusters, Black One title,
Yeah, it's just kind of a good stuff list.
and then Tail Gunner,
You can probably shift it down to the bottom corner too on this one.
and Black Market Slicer Tools on Ahsoka
Oh yeah.
with Jin. That's good, I
Add
like
more
that.
focus tokens.
Yeah. Fly straight at them.
I
And,
don't
a
like
bunch-
black market slicer tools with no way to put stress on somebody.
I guess, yeah.
I mean,
That was probably just
I'm
an
not,
afterthought.
I'm not
of-
going to be too harsh because,
It is
as
the
we've
sort
said,
of- yeah.
it's a new players.
But it is the sort of decision a new player would make. Like in any system, really. They will take something that seems strong, but not really think about how powerful it is without setup.
Is it 1 point? It's 1 point.
Yeah, it's
right?
1 point.
Yeah.
It's hardly going to be game changing unless he uses it to kill Ryad. In which case, I will eat my
This, I
words.
see a stress token. Yeah. You don't need to force stress on your opponent, they'll just stress themselves. Look at that. Formation flying. Like a pro. Coming in single file to hide his numbers.
So APT would be advanced proton torpedoes.
Yeah.
The reason you don't know that common X-wing abbreviation.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, so
It's because it's a 6-point range 1 attack that takes so much setup to use effectively that only
So
Chris
you did
can
hit
do.
that.
I don't see what
It's a
damage.
blank.
Blank?
Yeah, you're safe.
No damage, but he is on a rock.
In front of 3 defenders.
I'm probably not great at
Well,
Oh yeah, the blocking Ahsoka. Yes.
it's a rookie mistake, but that's how you learn.
Is he going to do
And
it?
then she is going to barrel roll.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's okay. I would have black market slicer tools.
Well, she's got capture tie, so she's not getting shot unless she shoots.
Yeah.
Don't shoot with her.
You know the
Seems like a really bad time to shoot with her, you know?
I don't know.
And then I'm going 3/4. I kept thinking I shot,
You're at range 1 though. Shoot. Shoot.
but
I shot with my Ahsoka in a captured tie
Did you?
because I had playing against Greg Estevez.
Was it your last chip on the board?
No, it was my first shot of the game.
Oh.
He landed Omega Leader on a rock at range 1 of me, in front of me when I didn't have the rock for my shot, so it wouldn't be an obstructed shot. And I was like, I have to shoot now. I have a focus token. I have to take this shot on Omega Leader now because I could kill her.
See, that was very clever of him then to
It
bait you
me
into
out.
that.
Baited.
Yeah.
It's okay. I also had salvage crane and just got it back. I didn't. I'm just lying. I wish I had salvage crane to recapture my tie.
Hit crit.
okay, so one.
So you kept asking me to call teacher. You didn't have the dogs.
That's a range 3 shot from Nora Wexwick
Yep.
from Snap's mum.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, Gurry is always the correct place for advanced proton torpedoes.
Garvin.
Gurry.
Garvin.
We'll play 1-on-1. What PS is Garvin?
6.
Damn it.
Yeah.
It's okay, I can block.
Garvin, and then he's got Dutch and Kyle to pass him the target lock and the focus token. And then when he spends the focus token, he gets to give it back to one of them. It's so efficient.
Remember that I also put Hotshot Blaster on that Guru?
You did, and you used it.
I did.
So I watched you use it. That was very satisfying.
So I have an automatic extra days, and is that just cancel one of those straight up?
No, that's not how that works. What you do is you roll the dice. He modifies your dice first, so he jukes first. Now you use your ability. He does his, then you do yours.
Then I use
For
auto
defense.
thrust there.
Yeah.
Okay. So well, does it matter? Does it turn a dice, or how does that work?
No, it
Does
turns
turn
the
a
dice.
dice.
Okay.
And it has to be
You
a
have to have
blank.
result to
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
convert
Okay.
with auto thrusters.
Yeah, so I take, yeah, I lose one shield.
Oh yeah, Major Rhymer. Doing work.
Major Rhymer.
Yeah. I mean Vessery. And he's also a colonel. Got demoted.
Does he get to shoot from there, or does he miss the shooting? Because you're on a rock, you don't get to. Oh,
Correct.
Okay.
See,
Yes.
delusion. You can't even tell a TIE bomber from a TIE defender.
I've got Rhymer on the brain now. I blame Audio Weasel.
Nah, it's clearly your own fault.
Yeah. So I do.
Scott's a good guy. I'll take the blame on this one.
And auto thruster doesn't help here.
Do we know who's who with the defenders? Has he got Vesser as the red one?
No, Vessery was
Yet
the
is
main
actually the
three.
red one. Unlike Aaron, who is trolling us.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh,
That's
shields
crit onto
down
hull.
and a crit.
So the crit
Goes.
first, or
No.
So-
No, no, I take the crit as a card.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you-
minor explosion.
The hits go off first, so yeah,
So
you do
roll
take the
one
crit.
die on damage resolve. I suffer one critical damage.
Yeah. So you roll a die.
Oh, I roll it.
Yeah.
He doesn't. Okay.
yeah, I assumed that it would
Oh.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Takes a crit.
Okay.
It's only minor explosions.
Yes, that was another critical. Receive one stress smoke and then flip this card down. So
That's
it is
gonna be quick.
Stress for control fire.
So.
Oh, Poe. You land on a rock. And takes a beating.
That's what happens, unfortunately.
Okay.
Luckily, he has to hit that rock. So, I'm not going to call it now, but I don't see Paul living through the next turn.
What if he
That seems
passes a
reasonable.
focus token somehow and he can regen a shield? Except he doesn't have a way to pass.
If he'd have gemmed to get the
Yeah.
focus tokens on Ahsoka and Paul, then Ahsoka could have told him to barrel roll off the rock.
That's true.
Which is why I was like, if you're in
Well,
arc, use Jin. If you're not, you focus and,
And
get
then-
Paul off that rock.
Yeah, basically. That's that's definitely the rookie mistake.
Yeah, it's a dead Paul.
So you would have
Okay.
an experienced player would obviously have
Yeah.
done things differently
It's
there.
his first proper game of X-Wing and we made him stream it. So I'm going to nip down to a car and grab my stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, seems like it's coming up on that time now.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know.
I'll be back shortly.
2/3 of his list could still win, even though he's done no damage.
Yep, this one is rapidly spinning out of control for
For Dan.
Is this Dan?
Yeah.
I will put the tie here so it's not on the board. I'm good.
Yeah. It's gonna be tough. Because Ahsoka is basically not gonna be doing anything. Unless he decides to just enter the fray.
Yeah, so it
And
goes.
Nora against 3 defenders.
That's not going to last very long.
It's, yeah. It's going to be a quick one.
Honestly, even if Poe had lived, this would probably still not be particularly good.
No, I mean, you know, triple defenders with pre-nerf X7s
Yeah.
against.
It's not live for 2 weeks.
But,
Yeah.
yeah, because I mean,
However, there is something worth noting. This is actually quite a poor approach angle for the defenders because they can't K-turn, but one ship will be behind them. So this is not actually a very good approach angle for the defenders.
but of course that ship will be a TIE fighter. So,
It's not really, well, it's also a bad angle on the arc because of the rock. Like, you can tell that this is actually not a strong player still because, like, the deployment, because that rock is blocking off a lot of the good angles to deal with Nora, and this maneuver does nothing against Nora. Doesn't block her.
and then, you know, which way's Nora going to go?
Well, the arc isn't fast enough that that's a good maneuver, I don't think.
Because I feel like Nora's probably doing a bank or, you know, like a bank one to the right or something.
Yeah, the arc simply isn't that fast, so it doesn't need to do anything.
There you go.
The funny thing about the defenders is, they function perfectly well not clustered up when you're flying 3 of them. Like, they're great together, but they're also arguably not too bad when they're split up, just because of the
Yeah. Yeah, you totally
just
don't
because
really
it opens
care.
up the movement lanes.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So,
Target lock.
yeah, free evade and then focus target lock.
Yeah, see this turnout? It's
So I think this, you know, like basically it's just setting up for next turn. You know, try and get so that the arc bumps has no shot on anyone. You have no shots either. Maybe you take a shot from the TIE fighter. Maybe not.
yeah. But
Either
if-
way, you probably don't care.
if Nora hits though, then
Yeah, if Nora bumps the defender, then
if Nora hits Riyadh, then she still gets to take a shot at the defender. Probably won't be a great shot, but
yeah,
That's the one. K-turn.
maybe.
so it's a coin grenade of Ahsoka.
I think a one bank may.
Yeah. But at this point,
We'll see what she does.
Yeah, so
I'm about 2 weeks.
Ahsoka K-turns and is gonna probably start shooting, and then there you go. It's actually a
That's
2.
a bad one.
How do we do this one so that I run into correct?
Do you want to go assist?
You don't do it sideways like that because that will cause it to shift.
Okay, so how do I do this?
You basically just move it along the template to its content. And this requires a little bit of so you do it so such that the guides are so the back end of the guides and front end of the guides are
So yeah, as predicted, a bump from Nora, which means the only shot is going to be from Ahsoka, and it's going to be a range 2 unmodified attack. So very unlikely to do anything at all.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
And tilting it does have an effect as well.
Okay, sounds good.
So yeah, the bump, no shots apart from Ahsoka, and then next turn obviously we see a bunch of K-turns and the defenders will be back in good position.
Honestly,
Okay, sounds good. It seems like a waste of
So yeah, not even taking the shot.
well, Audio Weasel, they volunteered.
Yeah, I mean, both guys have started recently, but looking to get games in, and they knew the score beforehand. They knew they were going to be on stream. They picked their own lists.
Well,
I don't know how many games Tyler's had in, but a few from the looks of it.
What have I missed?
You've missed.
Audio Weasel was
Not too
offline,
much.
so he couldn't take the blame for you. It's entirely your fault.
I'm
I don't
pretty
even remember
sure
what it was,
that's why
but it's
you left,
entirely your
because he
fault.
was feeling so guilty.
So basically,
They're so guilty that Comcast kicked him off.
basically Ryad
Comcast
moved up to
detects-
block Nora, and the
Yeah.
other two peeled off to
And then Ahsoka
avoid the
one-shotted
rock,
them all.
and then Ahsoka K-turned and elected not to shoot. So basically, no shots that turn, and now
Yeah, and I have to agree with Audio Weasel's comment on the Rebel list. That is a lot of crap to remember.
And not good if you're a brand new player.
well,
And this is why the advice always is boys before toys, more boots on the ground.
less
Or
to remember
more
now
ships
that
in
Poe's dead.
space.
Too soon.
He did die too soon.
Yes, but it is definitely true that too many upgrades make it hard for a new player. Like, they should definitely be flying lists with a lot fewer upgrades, maybe even none, or more passive upgrades.
It's hard to.
It's hard to have a good list with no upgrades.
I think it's hard to build a
Eight
list.
ties.
It's hard to build a list and ignore all
Yeah, but
those
that's also
cool
hard to
upgrades.
fly.
You know, you buy a ship, you open it up, and you see the upgrades that come in there, and you're like, oh
All this
man, that's
extra
cool,
stuff
that's cool,
that
that's cool. I
comes
want to
with
put that
this
on. So, you know,
Well, it is the classic mistake. I mean, it's like going, look, it's a tactical squad, and they've got a flamer and a missile launcher, and the sergeant has a combi weapon and a power fist. It's like, too much crap.
It's not.
Cut half that crap off.
It's exactly like opening a K-Wing and going, oh, there's my list. One K-Wing with everything that comes in a pack.
Yeah, giving
Well,
a
you know.
K-Wing, a TLT, torpedoes, missiles, and bombs,
Yeah.
and a crew. Yeah, well,
Other than that, he's like, I'm not going to buy any defenders.
it's always going to be it's always going to be the problem, though. Like, to a player who doesn't necessarily know what's good, they will look at it and go, "Oh wow, this is all better than nothing." So they will always put it on and not realize, well, you are paying points to access this thing, and that could potentially cost you another ship.
yeah.
Like, it's rather more abstract a concept than
So
I would
Ryad
expect it
does the
to be,
thing
but
with the stuff and the K-turns.
Riyadh
Yep.
is Riyadh,
Yep.
is what you're
at
saying,
that.
right?
Falls into a trap of being behind Nora.
Just where you don't want to be.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Watch you have to spend those defensive tokens defensively.
Yeah. So you got your stuff.
Yeah.
You run in 2 Hawks and a quad jumper.
Yeah. And a hotshot co-pilot contracted skate with the MP device.
Okay, so we got
Because it's filled with wind.
So, since you mentioned it,
No, I'm not doing it by the wording of the FAQ. I'm
No.
doing it by the way it works.
the wording on the FAQ entry for Hotshot Copilot is terrible because it makes it very unclear, unless you actually think about it, what it's trying to say.
And if
still
you
doesn't
thought about
clarify
it, you
whether or
wouldn't
not
need
you
an
can-
FAQ.
Accuracy corrector before it. It implies that you can't do it after accuracy corrector has been used, but does that mean you can say, I use accuracy corrector, and then suddenly you can no longer spend a focus token? Because it says you must spend one. Because there is a window
Right.
where you can spend the focus
Yeah.
token first.
You have to spend it within that window.
Within that window,
If
yeah.
you have one and it's within that window.
Yeah, but they've also said it doesn't work if you've already accuracy corrected, but that
It can't
that
be-
implies that you can accuracy corrector first. It's not it's unnecessarily confusing is the way I would put it.
It is, yeah. I mean, I think we all know what they're saying, but they have worded it in
that
a
rock.
confusing fashion. when attacking a ship with Hotshot Copilot equipped could mean when you're attacking a ship and the defender has Hotshot Copilot equipped. But what they actually mean is when you are attacking a ship and you have Hotshot Copilot equipped. So get your shit together, FFG.
So,
Oh, look at that. Is that another rock?
Okay.
it is.
Rock.
Yes, because I
Rock
figured
till you drop.
shoot me a lot.
Rock, rock, never stop.
What can I say?
Rock of Ages.
Yeah, because I figure I'm
Well-
going to get shot at.
What is there really to say?
On the
He
upside,
still can't shoot that.
the Delta can't shoot him.
Wow, that's a pretty big upside.
Yeah.
That was an interesting choice to turn with the.
Cover of the rocket.
It's not the
Well, you
Delta.
could've-
It was
Well, you could've
Vessery
tried.
turn.
Like, it's going to be cleanup once you kill Nora anyways, but... Okay.
So, would you have taken a focus on Ahsoka to give Nora a target lock, to use the target lock defensively to get the focus? Is that how Nora's ability works?
Yeah, but Nora can't shoot this round, so why bother?
She gets it defensively as well.
No. Nora isn't Nora the offensive one? You had a focus?
Yeah,
By
you
spending a target lock?
yeah. You add a focus result when you're attacking.
I thought it was attacking or defending.
No.
Maybe I'm wrong.
So I've got
But
cover from the
I
rock.
forgot what you don't know.
what you would do is focus with Ahsoka and then let Nora. Oh no, she doesn't have
A barrel roll,
She doesn't
no.
have the.
No. Yeah.
So you just cry then.
Yep.
You just suck it up
Might be at range 2.
You just say, "Why did I land on this rock?"
twice.
Really likes that rock.
Because I don't have the rock to protect me from you. That, or actually, do it now.
Is it attacking? I could have sworn it was just attacking.
I'm just checking now.
Yeah. Arc 170. Isn't it up?
Oh, defending.
he is
alright.
defending.
I love being right.
It's so rare.
It's my favorite.
At least I figured something pretty
We
high.
do prize things that are rare.
Yeah?
So I've not been paying attention to like actually what the shots were doing. But Nora's still on the table.
Basically, all that's happening is the defenders are shooting the arc.
Yeah.
And Ahsoka is Aces pack to
Arc's
the
down to one
Y-Wing
shield.
with Ezra and a new Phantom Shuttle too.
No.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
The thing is, the Y-Wing is fine. It's viable. It shows up.
It's going to be tier 1 again.
Because everything is tier 1.
No, not everything.
Everything.
Hawks, so
Hawks are definitely tier 1. Hawks and quad jumpers.
Only if you put blaster turrets on them.
And since the fix, Seeks, Hawks, quad jumpers.
I cannot wait for the Star Vipers to suddenly be awesome and Guri to just win the day. Because you've got everything like Hawks being tier 1 now. You know, this is X-Wing according to Greg, obviously.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do what that guy did with Fel, where he just took Fel to a tournament and didn't come last. I'm gonna take just Guri and not come last. Completely just that.
It does.
I was a little bit confused. There was a post about
Mustache.
Nova Squadron Radio. That someone was not too impressed, which is all fine. Everything's fine here. How are you? But it said something along the lines of, and when they all said that the U-Wing would be good, and I wasn't sure if it was being sarcastic in that the U-Wing is terrible and we said it was good, or if it was meaning that the U-Wing is good and we said it would be terrible. Because all I remember saying is that it might be mathematically good, but it occupies a large part of the table, so it'd be hard to fly 4 of them. And I've not seen them win any regionals, so I'm really confused about if like the Blue Squadron Pathfinders are like good or not. It's a Blue Squadron Tash thing. Sorry, set me off on a tangent.
See, I like the U-Wing. If I had been playing tonight, I had a...
If I could have been bothered, I was going to bring my 3 U-Wing Fortress list. I'm glad I didn't. Now at Clay, already Fortress.
Yeah.
So,
See, not being a horrible person, I wasn't going to do that. I would have done two U-Wings and something else. Because I don't know. I like it. It's fun. I don't know that it's tier 1.
Tier 1.
Although
Is it a tier 1?
many things are now, but it's enjoyable to fly.
I'm just glad we don't have that mildly annoying and yet amusing Japanese tendency of having tier S.
Tier S.
Yeah.
For some reason, the Japanese letter ranking scale goes D, C, B, A, S. Special or something. I don't know what it is.
So
I know
Oh
that,
yeah, the rocks.
the rocks.
rocks.
but it's a thing.
Yeah.
Rocks are MVP.
Where's that stress token coming from?
Only debris.
So just roll for damage, no action.
Yep.
1 red die.
Yep. 1 die. You are
No
safe.
damage.
No damage.
It
Human
does.
0.
Still
rocks.
gets the evade token though.
Yeah. Oh, but nah, they're playing with a new FAQ. I don't care. I stopped caring a long time ago.
Honestly, I probably would have gone for that anyways.
This could matter.
It's a horrible
It's
thing to
bumping.
say.
Yes. Look at this.
So, as to the X-Wing stream I was watching the other day, just stick it wherever.
That was unfortunate.
It was
And then I was doing a casual.
the System Open final. That this is going to be on the rock again. This is going to be on the rock.
I want to rock.
I hope if this clears, it's okay.
Rock of Ages.
Oh, it's straight. That's okay. The casual main thought I assumed he was turning.
See, you don't
See, look at
know what
that.
he means because he's new and he doesn't necessarily know the terminology.
He's got a
yet.
tail gunner.
Of course
Look at that. Look at that. He's got a ship in his arc
How
and
did Clay and
everything.
Calvin's match go? Patrick asks. Would you like to fill him in, Calvin,
He
on
wrote-
why we're running ahead of schedule?
He rolled more evade symbols than I did. And you know the list, Pat. And all of mine were at least agility 2. Put it that way.
Yeah, Bodhi. Yeah, I think the list I was gonna run was
I get 3 and you
Bodhi.
Yeah, I read a non-identical
Nora.
list, so I was punished for it by the dice
I've
gods.
just got that song in my head.
Oh yeah, you have 1 less.
One of these ships is not like you. No.
Oh yeah. 2 of his ships were not like that because one of them didn't have seismic torpedoes. One of his bombers.
Maybe they just fired them on the way into the engagement.
Maybe.
That flying casual.
Good guys. Yeah, I see. See.
Don't spend the fun.
Don't spend the focus, but he rolled 2 eyeballs.
But out of a rear arc, does he not convert a focus to a crit?
He does if he remembers.
Okay, because I've.
It wasn't material because it hit shields.
I hate X-Wing. I just hate.
It is a terrible, terrible game.
I remember. Why do I know all of these cards? I don't fly arcs. I don't.
Because it's your job to do it. You'd be pretty bad at this if you didn't know the
That's
cards.
pretty. So what you're saying is,
I mean,
would
Greg
be-
pays you to do this. You should know. If you didn't know, then Greg's paying you too much.
That's right.
So what you're saying?
So you should be correct when there's questions. Calvin and just
Am I not 2
and
and
I
0?
just volunteering.
Am I not 2 and 0 right now? For the questions.
Well, you You got to get 2-0 so that when you actually play a game and lose,
Yeah,
it'll still be 2-1.
See, when I fly 3 defenders or 4 TLTs, the dice are perfectly okay with that. The Force likes it. The Force is composed of a light side and a dark side.
Oh, she's a tie. Yeah, 6 hull and 2 shield. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, the main talking point was I should fly 4 of the same ships. So, sorry, Pat, no comments on your list.
The main talking point started off with me saying Calvin should be fine here, he can count to 11. Then Calvin promptly proving that he only has 10 fingers and couldn't count to 11, misjudging his approach and dying horribly in a fire.
4 dice, right? Oh, that's not narrow.
And he did refuse to just K-turn back and forwards, which I would have.
Just go straight to the final salvo.
Ultimately,
No,
we're
no,
here
no,
for
straight to it.
entertainment, so.
And that's why I know Clay would have
That's going to
caved
hurt a
first.
bit more. That's definitely going to hurt a bit more.
One evade. And explodes horribly.
Is that you got 2 hits?
You
Oh,
evade.
okay. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
You got 3 hits in a crit, you evaded 1, so you take 2 hits and 1 crit.
Yeah. And the hit is pilot. During planning phase, you're not assigned straight maneuvers.
Safe.
Sure.
I didn't want to fly off the
So-
table anyway. Stupid game.
Yeah. So what, down to 4 hull?
Yep.
So it looks like I'm going to be flying against the PTL Dash.
Nice.
Yeah,
I see an A-wing and a B-wing over there too. Yeah.
yeah. It'd be awesome. I love losing a ship a turn.
Just quad jump harder.
It can't be that like fully loaded if he's got a B-wing and an A-wing on the table as well.
Do
Surely
you think
not.
I'll be able to EMP him off the table? Should we just keep quiet? The entire goal of the game is to only kill ships by 1 use of the EMP device.
Just hang out on the edge and let him come straight for you and then EMP. You know it makes sense. So it's 2-1 to Dan in terms of number of rocks landed on.
Yeah.
Although that looks like that defender may clip it on the way off, I think, as well. But wouldn't be landed on it. I guess that's that's the
It
key
looks like this
factor.
round, the rocks will not score. At least, probably not.
Could be worse.
There you go.
True story, bro.
Move the rock. Yeah. Bump.
So Ahsoka's not fired yet, so it'll all be fine. We're all fine here.
As soon as Ahsoka decides.
New rules aren't technically effective until Friday, or next Friday, so.
Give yourself some safety.
Yeah, traffic jams,
It's the best.
everyone getting in each other's way.
I'm pretty sure they're not playing by the new FAQ, although they might as well.
They are.
Yeah, I think they decided. Yeah, rocks are too good. I think they definitely need nerfing.
Rocks are OP.
Yeah.
Nerf rocks.
They need to nerf them like they nerf Saboteur
That's
out of
right.
existence.
That's right.
Don't you have to start in existence to get nerfed out of existence?
Clearly, you've never played against the Palpatine Wampa Saboteur combo. It only takes 2 turns to set up, but once it's there, man, you've not lived. You've not lived.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm talking about. I have no idea.
Well, this will be my last.
You know what could come back? you could start flying golden daggers again.
I was thinking golden daggers.
You could BTL those puppies.
Okay. Man.
You could bring back the golden daggers.
Bring him back out of retirement.
Should we bring back what?
Golden daggers.
Oh yeah, that.
2014 Calgary Regional winning list. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with no.
Well, you can't go with no. Everything he just said is true. Literally, no is not an appropriate response to
I
that.
said to know that it's coming back.
He can bring it back.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean he's going to win anything with it. But you
But
can't
it's not
say
really
no
coming
to that
back.
statement.
That's right.
Obviously, the no is to the things that are not objective facts. I'm not a U.S. president here.
That looks like another bump. Yeah.
I can do that one.
As her ability allows me to take def change.
Yeah. They get to decide where they go as well.
And then she is going,
That's pretty powerful.
but I might actually.
That your opponent gets 3 rocks and they get to put them on the
What
table.
just
Like,
happened there? Did Nora not bump?
Nora did.
Apparently, Nora did bump.
It looked like a bump to me.
Man,
I don't know if that target locks from earlier or someone who was actually paying attention. Tell us what just happened.
So,
No bump.
How did
There you
Nora
go.
get the target lock again?
Didn't bump.
Didn't bump. Didn't bump.
Did not bump.
amazing.
Yeah, let's move those ships a bit more.
Put them where you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in.
Oh yeah.
Alternate matter, alternate facts.
I think you'll find none of the ships are on a rock this turn.
I don't think I am at all.
There's-
Can't shoot. So Nora's going to be firing.
I don't know if this is a
I'm
case
just
of.
watching Clay coaching people how to beat me.
So, 4 dice. Yep. And I'm going to spend my target lock to re-roll these 3 blank dice.
Clay, it's not like that list is undefeated, it'll be fine.
What's that?
It's not like that list is undefeated. You don't need to coach him too much.
I'm not coaching him. I'm looking at it. Everybody wants to look at it.
There we go. 3.
It's a bunch
One.
of ships that you don't want to leave on the board, but you don't
Spend
want
the
to
evade.
prioritize one over the
So
other.
1 damage. Gets a damage
I've not been
through.
tracking damage anymore.
Whoop whoop.
Yay!
Ryad lost a shield.
My goal is to get-
No,
Yeah.
Pat, not everybody is drinking. I know Chris always sounds like he's been drinking.
Me and Joe were drinking last week on stream. That was how I convinced her to come and join me on the stream. I will get you a bottle of wine.
I think it's a case of this game is 2 noobs, and it's been a bit of a Keystone Cops kind of comedy of errors
We're just-
going on, and
Well, basically, we wanted to make sure that they had a good learning opportunity. The learning opportunities to take away from this is remembering what Ahsoka's ability does, where it could have saved Paul relatively easily by using Ahsoka correctly. Obviously, the positional mistakes were pretty critical in hitting those rocks in the first place.
yeah,
But after that, it really snowballs out of control pretty quickly. And then you start losing value. So other than the other tip which Calvin already mentioned, that if you are just starting to play, not taking so many upgrades to confuse yourself into what actually is going to go on and how your list is going to function.
There's no way I can decide.
That's
a
about
dead,
all of the commentary I can have on this.
that's a dead Nora.
I will.
So now they can shoot Ahsoka. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think obviously Tyler has a little more experience and was keeping his ships in formation. I think I didn't see who placed.
It's up to you guys. If you want to get more time flying your ship around and getting used to it, all you can do is try and avoid the rocks
Yeah, no.
and practice.
Yeah, but I don't think she will last long as a tie.
Now that they can shoot her, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a good game.
So yeah, I think rock placement. You know, based on how it ended up, Tyler could have done his approach better.
A good tip of figuring out how to actually get used to where the moves are going to put you is try and play a few games like only doing speed 2 maneuvers, because they're right in the middle of your dial. And once you can judge where the speed 2 finishes, you can start going up a little bit for speed 3 or down a little bit for speed 1, and it gets it into your head a lot quicker how to position. That tip is credited to the Kessel run. But I embrace it fully.
Newest Nova does not cover the new FAQ because they're going to record on Thursday.
This Nova, the one that came out today, does not cover a new FAQ because the FAQ wasn't out yet. There'll be a video tomorrow, which Pat's more than happy to, skive off work and help me do. We'll talk about the FAQ tomorrow. But there'll be a video at some point tomorrow from me. Then a Nova Squadron will be recorded on Thursday, where we'll cover a new FAQ.
We'll bring it over back over the desk so they can recoil in horror.
Then other stuff. So yeah.
So
Which side do you want me on, and try to go and grab you my list?
I guess it doesn't
Pick a
really matter
side,
which
any side.
Either side. We've got to enter everything. So
Yeah, I'll go and grab you my list then.
we've got 4 ships for us to enter.
Yeah, I don't even have to talk or anything.
So yeah, I think we covered a few things for the new players if they watch that back. There was a lot of random chatter as well, but I think sometimes it's useful just to watch.
All right, which
Watch
side
it
is
back.
Chris going to be on?
He's going to be on this side, which
Table left.
yeah, I think that is the side that Tyler was on. So yeah, that one. I don't know if you want to do it or I want to do it.
I actually
Probably.
need to get up for a second.
Okay,
So.
I will do it. All right, so this is Chris's terrible, terrible thing.
It's Ian style, just chock full of NPE.
Oh man, Spice Runner.
Unless, of course, you think people like having their ships just constantly bump and never doing anything.
They do. 23. So Chris is actually running 2 Hawks, a quad jumper, and a contracted scout. Let's see, here we go. And I have no idea what the other list is, but I'll get this one done. Yeah. Oh yeah. Hawks, attack value of 1. 4. So I'll get this done as quick as I can. Five, say 33. So contracted scout with hotshot co-pilot. The stupid FAQ.
Could have I used push the limit to get him off the rock too?
No, we can. I just have to get you.
EMP device. Trick shot, because why not? Anti-pursuit
Because Chris is
laser.
a jerk, his Hawks are on the same color base, so.
Yeah, that's a good idea, though.
Yeah.
Stupid Hawks.
And what do we have? We have Torquil Mux. Oh yeah.
Because I could have actually targeted positive and given her 3, and then.
Yeah, honestly, TIE Swarm probably will still be a thing, just because, you know. TIE Swarm, it doesn't have too many predators left.
Just keeps coming back.
That's what I'm saying.
Never really dies.
Which, you know, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
We want some iconic ships to be still around.
Yeah, well, it's not going to be the X-Wing.
No.
I don't know. For those of us who played TIE Fighter and Defenders of the Empire, the Defender is plenty iconic, seeing as you spent half of one of the expansions in it. So...
Let's see, Jakku Gun running for 18.
See, the thing about running 4 Hawks is then you are running Hawks. Yeah. I mean, it is possible to go 4 Hawks, Recon Specialist, TLT.
I think against this list, it hurts him to fly over a lot.
But why would you? It's bad. Because it's bad. I'm not Chris. I don't need to be a special snowflake.
Alright, that's that one. And do we have the other list? Okay, hold on. Dash.
58-point dash.
Alright, so...
Mark 2.
Hold on. With Kanan, you said?
Yeah.
Kanan, Chelsea, Outrider, Engine.
Yeah, it's exactly what Nails said. There's nothing wrong with Hawks except that they're awful. Because they're Hawks. Vector thrusters is worse than recon spec. Why would you roll?
Push the limit, that's what I'm missing. Push the limit. Oh yes, type 2. What is he? 5 and 5?
Yep, 5 and 5 for dash.
And then what else?
E2 mod and Ray crew.
Okay.
That's interesting.
So fire control is 2, 1, and 2 is 5, so 27 points.
Yep.
1 point for the mod, 2
Yeah.
points for Ray.
See, the thing about like moving your donut, potentially being able to move your donut hole with the vector thrusters is that requires an action. And why do that when you could just have a better dial with unhinged? And be unpredictable.
Okay.
Prototype A-wing with Chardon.
A which?
Yeah, it's 1 A-wing.
Prototype?
Okay.
So just Chardon?
15.
15.
15. Is it Chardon? I think that's good.
Yep. Well, maybe we should throw it back over to the table.
Let's do that, and then you don't have to look at our ugly mugs.
Well, Chris is gone. It's not too bad.
This is true. All right. So I think 58 point dash. There we go. Does Chris need his list back?
We all have a pet ship, and my pet ship is the TIE Bomber. It's shit. But as you saw, I will try to make it work.
I have many pet ships, and they're all shit, but I like to fly them anyway.
I'm just going back to the stupid Gamma Squadron veterans with Deadeye.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's hilarious because you just go 4 plasma torpedoes, and then 4 plasma torpedoes, and then you have nothing but primaries left and you die.
Plus, in the meantime, some of them have died.
Probably.
So you don't get 4 and then 4.
Yeah, so 4 plasma torpedoes, 3 plasma torpedoes, dead.
Yeah, B-Wings. I mean, I have a soft spot for B-Wings. From my golden daggers.
Yeah, but they were good at one point.
They were good at one point, but not for a long time. Like, how often do you see B-Wings these days?
Quad B and Z hung around for a while after that too. I mean, B-Wings were featured in multiple prominent lists. Like there was Golden Daggers, there was the later evolution once the Corvette, I think, came out with Panic Attack.
Yeah, they stuck around for a bit longer,
And
but
Quad B and Z hung on for another year.
they haven't been around for a while now.
Yeah, but Quad B and Z hung on until the torpedo boats came
Yeah. Now it should come back.
and slew them like they were younglings.
Quad B and Z should come back.
No, the problem is with tractors and crap now, and the just raw efficiency of some of the stuff. Like they had trouble punching through defenders. Because,
Yeah, but,
everybody
you know,
has trouble punching through defenders.
Now you can block them with the Z and then just like unload 4 Bs into the 1 and
That may actually be one of the hidden gains. Now that you have collision detectors for a free system upgrade, you might actually see them coming back. It's actually not terrible.
it's possible.
Like you have to admit, it's like part of like the 4 Bs and a Z was always just about raw efficiency.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, someone should give that a try. Someone needs to fly 4 Bs and a Z again.
hey, if you're such a B-wing expert, you do it.
I could, but I don't play X-Wing anymore because I don't get to play.
Because nobody loves you.
That's right. This game is terrible anyway, so it's fine. I'm not
Yeah, it's ruined forever again.
Not bitter at all.
Every release has ruined it forever.
That's true. Every time a new release comes out, it ruins things.
Every time a new FAQ comes out, it's ruined forever.
Yeah. I guess we should probably.
Calvin, do you have a quad jumper dial I can borrow?
Yes.
Oh.
Because Chris is unprepared and did not bring components.
Yeah. So like what? 2 Bs, a Z, and 2 T65s with integrated astromech? And R2 Astros? Yeah. I'd be all for that. I still like flying T65s. Someone needs to. So I guess we need to reset the timer as
Meh.
well. You have 7 minutes until time. To be honest, I don't know, at what time are we? 8 o'clock.
Yeah, we got plenty of time.
Yeah. We don't need to worry about time.
Depending on how dumb this game is, we could potentially have a 4th game. Maybe you do get to play after all. Would you like to play a game?
Oh yes. We just need to get.
Yep, time going. And we are off. Yeah, the problem with the T65 fixes is they always have to think about how does that affect Biggs?
Yeah. I
Stupid
know.
Biggs. Although I took a similar torpedo-based list to the tournament on Saturday with instead Riyadh and 2 Gamma Squadron veterans with Predator, and unfortunately I didn't think the list through very well. I was just like, oh, Predator's a good EPT. These are good missiles, and then I realized I'd given them homing missiles and Predator. It's like I don't need to spend the target lock. Why did I do this? And then I played against 0 ships with the evade action.
Well, there you go. You were very happy with your decision.
Should have been plasma torpedoes. Oh wait, no, I did play against the Ghost with an attack shuttle, so there was 2 ships with an evade token, and it didn't matter
Yeah.
because the Ghost flew in, didn't evade, got railed by multiple homing missile and flechette torpedo shots. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a real difficult balancing act to like because Biggs is not broken right now, but it means that everything else X-Wing would be too good, or like if they fix everything else, then it might make Biggs too good. So trying to like nerf Biggs sufficiently so that when they buff T65s or T70s in general, it brings him back to how he is now. That's I don't know how they would do that.
Well, the problem is Fantasy Flight went into this one blind. It's not like they were whiz kids and had an entire game to look at and go, okay, this is what we shouldn't do.
Well, I'm not gonna.
I'm never going to get tired of taking shots at whiz kids for ruining MechWarrior.
Whiz kids. Enough said. I'm not gonna rant about whiz kids.
They ruined MechWarrior.
That's not all they ruined.
I know. That's the one I care about the most.
And yeah,
let's take a game about mechs and then make it not about mechs. Why? Yes, I know. WizKids is cancer. It is actually cancer.
No, I think that is the problem. You know, Karn and Biggs mean fixing the ship kind of chassis is difficult, but
yeah. Well, Biggs also does rely on R4D6 to potentially push off really big hits. So offensively minded droids might not help him because they don't help him in his I want to stay alive goal.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that might actually not be terrible.
Maybe there'll be something.
Yeah. It's going to be very difficult for Chris to get that quad jumper onto something relevant, I think.
Well, what does he have on it? Ketsu Space Dog Tractor Array.
Yeah.
So,
as you have learned, they are slow.
As I've learned, they're awesome.
I never said that they weren't awesome.
They are slow.
I agree with you. It is the chibiest ship, as Aaron said. It is an awesome ship.
At least he's
slow.
At least he's flying a list that has some agility that he can actually reduce.
Yeah.
Unlike stupid Clay and his decimator.
Double decimators.
And just like, made me
Clay,
so sad.
See, clearly the problem is Clay. Because against you, he brought the double decimator. Against me, he brought something that I can't just burst out and have to slog through and has the red dice to just kill bombers easily. So clearly the problem is Clay.
Clearly.
You hear that, Clay? It's all your fault.
What do I do now?
Everything.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So what in this game actually here, what does Chris go for first? Does he try for dash? Is it worth even attempting to get close to dash with his stupid slipperiness?
I'm not convinced it is. So, like a pro player, Chris is just going to
ignore the rock.
Wait, no, sorry, yeah. He's just marking.
Okay.
Yeah. Wasn't paying attention. See, it's Chris, so we just assumed he was bad.
Yeah, I'm like, he just loves the rocks. He loves it. So, doesn't get by. Bumps with...
Quad jumper stays put, basically.
Yeah. And that probably means the Hawk stays pretty much put.
Yep.
Traffic jam. Take your stupid model off.
See, even the Hawk model sucks.
Bumpity bump. I mean, I think the problem is that he has to kill Dash. Like, he's gonna lose like a ship around if he doesn't take Dash off. So he has to go for him, but
yeah,
trying to keep him in arc is going to be pretty difficult.
Well, see, here the thing is, like, Garrison did actually manage to deploy away, so
Yeah.
Chris's ships are nowhere near it. So,
I mean,
like, he can't really go and affect the small ships.
ultimately, Chris does have 2 TLTs and another turret. But
I own too many K-Wings. Oh well. Anyways.
oh, Hawk with K-Wing wings. So pretty cagey. It's gonna fall into the trap. Chris is about to spring it.
Yeah, that trap with his incredibly slow ships.
Yep.
Oh, here's the first shot. Or at least the first target lock, which is probably going to lead to the first shot.
Yeah, so boost, push the limit to take the target lock, and cannot mux him.
If I hadn't managed to find an Epic Thunderhawk, I would be very upset at that.
So
Finding an intact one was a bitch. Or at least one that wasn't like some ridiculous like $90 price.
So that was a pretty bad 2 dice, no damage from the HLC.
Yep.
Target locked HLC and only got 2 hits. Chris gets his big 2 dice primary back. Oh, trick shot coming into play. 2 hits and 4 dice. And 1 gets through. Look at that. See, I told you he's falling into the trap that Chris sprung.
Yeah, I meant epic huge. Like, I have an epic salamanders army. So, like, the little ones. I mean, I didn't think I'd get a resin Thunderhawk for $90. Like, an epic Thunderhawk for $90, yeah, sure, that's a high, but getting one for, I think I ended up getting mine for like 30 or 40. For an out-of-print metal ship, not too bad.
We still have that Thunderhawk down in the cabinet.
The resin one?
Yeah.
Well, it's no longer in the cabinet, it's sitting
on top, yeah.
But yeah.
You don't get that for $30.
Yeah, I didn't care which one I got, I just wanted to get one of them, so I know there were a bunch of different ones.
Are we gonna track damage?
No. I mean, honestly, that should not have happened, but, well, dice happen. Dice happen, and Chris comes out the better of a trade he should not have.
He says the dice hate him, but they don't. They only hate him when it matters. If he's playing a casual game on stream, they'll happily go his way, but, you know, he's in a tournament.
Nah, it's Chris deliberately handicapping himself. See, he made top 8 with a less original list.
That's true.
He finds an original list, goes nowhere. That's what being a special snowflake gets you.
Boost on the A-Wing. Just trying to
Now he's
be a
trying to
pain in the ass. And oh look, quad jumper. Yeah.
Does the quad jumper finally jump somewhere? Or does it just sort of blunder forward? It's going someplace. Is it going onto a rock?
Almost.
It's going awfully close to a rock.
Oh, look at this. No cheating. No cheating.
And of course, Chris
Okay.
immediately moved the template.
Yeah. It's like, oh, it looks a bit close to the rock. I better I'll just turn it a little bit. Oh. It's on the rock.
Yep.
Takes the damage.
We should have had the scoreboard, and then we could have a third entry on the scoreboard. Rocks.
Oh, yeah.
There's a gun runner.
And a bomb. Yeah,
That reminds me, I need to look for a Warhound type. Epic Warhound.
I think Chris has definitely screwed up this initial approach. I don't think he intended to bump last turn.
Probably
I
not.
think he was hoping to get past his contracted scout, and it's basically wrecked him.
Well, he thought he was cleverer than he is.
Because now he's too far back. He landed his gun runner on a rock. Spice runner is too far away.
See you guys later.
And Mux might come into play this turn, but unless the dice go in his favor again.
It just depends on work.
He's trying for the block. Let's see if Dash has threaded the needle. I'm not sure I would have been boosting him with an A-Wing. I guess that is quite the advantage. Seeing where the
See, you'll
rocks
notice
are.
I didn't hit an
obstacle. You blew two of them up.
See?
Oh, look at
See,
that.
the score is me too, obstacle 0.
So yeah, boosting that A-Wing has blocked his own dash.
Yep.
And that's...
Usually if I can make it off.
Well, he won't make that mistake again in a hurry. Hopefully.
Do we know? Because I don't know Garrison. Is he
Fairly new.
fairly new? Okay.
See, Chris just wanted to do some seal clubbing.
Except Chris is playing badly too.
I never said he was good at it. He's too British. Seal clubbing is a Canadian thing.
So now it's turn pilot skill 0 on dash, but of course his spice runner's too far away. His gun runner's on a rock, so he's only gonna get 2 shots on dash.
Well,
But at least he's got no tokens.
yeah. This is why the prototype pilot is skill 1, because he's a dumbass and got in Dash's way.
Yeah. So contracted scout.
Bam!
What is that?
1.
Now the dice have decided.
Well, 2 with
One
focus,
hit.
so. I think it was 2 with focus.
Nope.
Nothing.
Was that 1? Just 1.
Oh, that was just a focus.
Yeah.
Okay.
TLTs from Mux. 2 hits, that's probably
Nope.
nothing. So that's a hit. So
There's down to 2
3
shields.
3 shots gone.
And now the B-Wing takes its speculative shot at the scout.
For 1.
Or 1.
Evades. So that contractor scout is just sitting there going, haha, you can't hit me.
Apparently, what it says in his contract is don't get hit. I don't know why someone would feel the need to actually put that in the contract, but apparently somebody did.
Now the A-Wing, range 1, Hit crit. There you go. 2 shields. 2 shields off the contracted scout. Oh, hotshot co-pilot.
And then his dash.
So, who's it gonna go for? Mux or the
I'd
gun
kill a
runner?
quad jumper to make it never actually relevant. Just because that seems cruel. I feel like that's the better play than trying to pick off the hawk.
It's going for the hawk. So 2 hits. 1 evade. 1 shield.
0 shield. This keyboard is really obnoxious.
Yeah, Ghostbusters got it.
Wait, he's not moving at 9.
Moving at 7.
7.
It's just Chris is just wrong about this.
Like I'm
Like
pretty
we
sure.
said earlier, right?
Always wrong.
You
about
said it.
things. See, he doesn't know. Okay, so Audio Weasel, we need to do that. Oh yeah. On a rock.
Good times.
A-wing blocks dash.
Good times. Huh?
I think now they've spread out enough that probably they're not going to get in each other's way or land on rocks this turn. Probably.
You'd hope so.
But the contractor scout is facing a rock, so
Well, if it does
Could-
a hard one, it could dodge the rock. Or there are other things it could do that dodge the rock. So
of course the prototype's moving first, so. We've got some extremely high quality X-Wing tonight for you guys.
yeah, high level plays. Top shelf.
That's right. People tune in because they want to see the best of the best that Calgary has to offer.
Well, the top shelf is involved, but I don't think it's the top shelf that some people might have been thinking of. We're not putting stuff on the top shelf.
Top man. That's right. We should just put this one in a box and seal it up. Put it in a warehouse. Oh, I see. He's like, no, sir.
Wow, the A-wing did not hit the rock.
No, sir, contracted scout. You don't get to hit the rock. I want to hit the rock. He tried real hard.
It actually managed to dodge it, so there we go.
He was trying. Of course,
Right
it
into the quad
goes
jumper's trap.
right
The
into
quad trap.
the tractor beam.
I don't actually know if he can hold onto that rock.
I don't think he can. Like he won't hit the rock. I don't think he. It's probably not enough for him to fit.
Yeah,
It
boosting
could-
is definitely not going to do it. but-
You could pull him forward, and then he's just right in front of him. Because let's face it, the gun runner's, he's not going to have anything else to shoot at this turn.
Yeah, if he boosted forward, though.
So I'm pretty sure he's not going to
Yeah.
fit. It looks. Maybe.
Looks like
But see, I don't see that. I don't particularly see how that helps. That was the other side of the rock.
Yeah. Still, it's a better chance of hitting it than just the primary. I mean, it is a quad jumper primary.
Yeah.
And you know how bad those are.
I know how awesome they are.
As I said, bad does not mean not awesome.
Awesomely good killing Ray with a quad jumper.
Yep.
Oh. Is that right?
I'm still working on a quad jumper list that I like. I have one with 2 quad jumpers and Dengar. I'm still trying to convince myself to not buy 4 quad jumpers because quad jumper.
How can you not do that? How can you resist doing that?
Because GW has been stepping up their game lately, and I don't want to spend money on quad jumpers that I will fly for one gimmick list. I don't even have all the tacticians I need for it. Because I need all the tacticians.
That.
I only own 2 Phantoms. I'm not using 4 Phantoms.
I don't have 4 Phantoms. I borrowed them to play that list. Because I'm not crazy.
See, the problem with 5 quad jumpers is that it's not 4.
Yeah. 5 quad jumpers just seems wrong. Yes, no, see, I'm with you. You look like an L, because that I'd never made that connection. It is the same. Top man was Porkins. And I gotta go and watch Raise the Lost Ark. And General Viz is in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. It's almost like it was the same production team kind of doing.
Yeah, I know.
This
It's almost
sets of
like it was the
movies.
same company involved.
And General Viz was in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, except much older.
Yeah.
Beat the weasel to it.
Beat the weasel to it.
You are swifter than the weasel. Or at least the weasel. Well, the weasel is also dealing with the broadcast delay.
This is true. He probably said it at the same time.
A winner is not you. The way it will show up on actual recording, who knows?
So what's happening now? We got HLC onto. Who is this going on to? Mux.
Mux was out of range to skill debuff.
So is that 3? Still alive. A lot of them only turn up on Doctor Who. Yeah, none of us watch Doctor Who.
You're British. Aren't you like patriotically obligated to watch Doctor Who?
I'm sure we've had this conversation before. It's one of the reasons why Chris and I got kicked out of the UK, because we both didn't watch Doctor Who. Doubly so for me, because I also don't drink tea. So they were like, get out. You don't drink tea and you don't watch Doctor Who, get out.
Yeah, I don't watch Doctor Who, so.
You're Canadian, so.
I drink plenty of tea, though. But then I'm Chinese, so that's kind of our thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say. All those UK people just stole it from you anyway.
Sorry, how much damage was that onto the B-Wing? B-Wing, okay. So, okay, onto the B-Wing. Okay, so it's got 3 shields left?
2 left.
2 shields left? Okay.
Oh, triple evade. A-Wing says no, sir. And TLT is on the B-Wing. Takes the damage. Oh, okay, still takes the damage. One more.
Okay, he's just going to take it.
So I guess Mux, yeah. So shields are gone on the B-Wing. Saved it. Spends it for hit crit.
On Torkoal. Ooh, needed it too.
Yeah. So that is a dead Torkoal.
Honestly, as long as your team isn't the Avalanche, you're probably fine.
See, one of the reasons I was welcomed in Canada is because I like putting cheese on everything, and I like watching hockey. So they were like, "Oh yeah, you can come. That's allowed."
That's not cricket.
Cheese on everything. Because why would you not?
Yeah, cheese is pretty awesome.
Remembers Ketsu.
I'm glad that apparently I actually appear to have the lactose tolerance mutation, so. I don't know how, but apparently I have it, so. Because normally Asians don't have it. And Asians can't eat cheese.
Really?
It must have been this generation because my dad can't eat cheese.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't think I could survive without cheese. Or, I guess, dairy.
Cheese and tea.
What does everyone think about the dipping pizza in milk thing? I know that was a thing like yesterday.
That's not a thing.
Well,
I refuse to acknowledge
it came about from like the whole pineapple on pizza discussion. And, the
Pineapple
people that are
on
like
pizza is an abomination.
people
Like
saying
milk and
that, and then someone took a picture of themselves dunking a slice of pizza into a glass of milk, and then everyone's just like, "What?" And there's uproar. So why not? What's wrong with that?
I think they were complaining about me. I think that's a response to my cheese tea comment.
Cheese in the tea?
I don't think that should be a thing.
It depends on how much cheese and how much tea. If it's like 99% cheese and 1% tea, then I'm all good.
Ranch is why 2/3 of Americans are hideously fat. That is a thing. Ranch with pizza. That is absolutely a thing, especially in the United States. And it's one of the many, many reasons that country is morbidly obese. I think when the majority of your country is obese, you can say that. You can say that the country as a whole is fat. Because most of them are.
I guess they just need to change the definition of what is obese. And then they cannot be obese.
Alternative obesity.
Alternative obesity.
Well, Chris manages to only hit one of his own ships this time, looks like.
Did he bump?
Did that actually bump?
Did bump. Chris is horrible at this game. I mean, look, he's turned his quad jumper away. So now it's facing nobody. He bumped with his hawk. I'm hoping we can rectify that pretty soon, the lack of rock activity.
Yeah, it looks like the rocks are taking it easy.
I'm I'm hoping that contracted scout is just gonna.
The rocks need to learn to rock.
It's gonna be like, okay, screw this. I'm gonna go straight and go after that A-wing. If he does a hard one left, I'll be really disappointed in Chris.
Aren't you always really disappointed in him?
Well, yes. Oh, Chris, look at you, disappointing me once again.
Stiff upper lip.
Why would you do that? There was a perfectly good rock right there that he could have hit. So rude.
Stiff upper lip.
Oh yeah. Who's got the EMP? Contracted scout. He's got a race up there. That's gonna be awesome.
Oh shoot, I forgot to update the prototype pilot, losing his shield to that rock.
It's not gonna be relevant.
I don't know, it could be relevant.
It could be,
Honestly, we've
but
just been doing too much trash talking to remember to track stats, so.
I know Chris's dirty plan that he wants to do next turn. Yeah, I mean, letting the rocks dictate his maneuvers, honestly.
Through a rock, trick shot time. During the attack, you have to spend it. Okay, sorry. We'll get to that.
Yep.
He could have spent it earlier.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Because he could. Had the option. Stupid.
Just because it's an
Foxtrot
option doesn't
co-pilot.
mean you should do it. Just because you can does not mean you should. This is a lesson more people could stand to learn.
Had the exact same conversation in an industry forum recently. People talking about making board games and the glut of them, and just because you can make something doesn't mean you should.
I think we were actually talking about this last week too. Like down there, it's like there's a board game for everything. There shouldn't be. I don't know. It's their money.
2 damage on dash
No, that was on the B-wing.
on the B-wing.
I bottled it.
You
TLT on the B-wing.
trying to kill a
The
ship?
B-wing is-
That's a dead
No,
B-wing.
so cool.
1 dead B-wing. Greedo.
Yeah.
Irrelevant.
He's there. He's not been very relevant, but he's there.
I'm learning shields time. It's that shields time.
That target lock needs to come off. So now what's the quad jumper doing? Landing on a rock.
Hard one won't land on a rock unless Chris has horribly misjudged this.
Oh,
Maybe it will.
you should.
Quad jumping onto the rock.
I can't tell, but I think I know what's gonna happen. But I'm not gonna say anything because
Write it in chat, then you can look like a genius. Because they can't hear that.
it's
They
true.
can hear the typing, but only
So-
a really bizarre person could understand what you were writing by typing, by hearing the typing.
Oh, barrel. Oh. Can't quite tell if it's in the cards, but I think
Remember, it's the top.
Yeah.
So
I don't know that it can. I don't know that it can get the block enough to keep things how he wants them.
He does not think so, so we'll see what he does instead.
Yeah. So what do we have? Are we accurate on the current hull and shield values? What's the contracted scout on? Has it got 5 hull, no shields? Okay. And Gunrunner's on 4. And
Spice Runner still has a
Spice
shield?
Runner is undamaged. Dash has taken how much?
Got 2 shields left.
Yep.
Okay. 2 shields left.
And the prototype still has a shield.
Yeah.
Yep. Game state is correct.
So,
Huzzah.
yeah, it's still in the balance.
How many times will Chris hit his own ships this round?
You put the wrong one in, Chris. You're supposed to bank right to bump.
What am I supposed to do? I can't get out.
Well,
You read it
looks
wrong.
like he won't actually do it for once. I am disappointed. Beep, beep, beep.
Yes.
I'm aware of that.
I was wondering when that was going to come in, because, you know, you have to. Yeah, I don't think he was quite far enough up.
Yep.
If he'd not been blocked on the previous turn, he might have been in a position to do it. But
Unfortunately, that is the way it goes.
oh well.
Not enough lateral movement.
Sad face for him.
Yeah. Of course, it really is only one maneuver for dash here, so.
Yep. Yeah, he may have been too close to the debris anyway, or blocked by the A-wing if he'd done the bank.
Yep. That's
But
not
yeah.
I don't really like that position for the A-wing. Like, this is one of the problems with flying dash like this is you really don't want to fly your other ships in a way such that you're penning in dash, as he's done here.
Yeah. That blocked him earlier on. Now he's kind of blocking his options for like barrel roll, getting out of the way.
Yeah. This is why I prefer flying dash with something like Corrin, and why everybody does, because then Corrin can run away in a different direction and force your opponent to have no good choices to chase.
So I can't tell, but I think if he's in range of the Spice Runner, it should have been. No, he's not in range. So yeah,
Yep.
basically Dash has no shot.
Dash does nothing.
So
A sad day for Dash.
yeah, so it's worked out pretty well for Chris. Now he basically gets
Yep.
a free shot on something.
Yep.
What he shoots at, of course.
Well, the Hawk should also be able to poke the A-wing.
Yeah. He's going for Dash. He's
Yep.
getting greedy. Greedy. Oh, yeah. So he gets another damage through.
Yep, just the one now.
One shield. It's not quite at half. Well, I mean, he obviously wouldn't have known where that A-wing was going to end up, because if the A-wing wasn't there, Dash could have barrel rolled and then shot at contracted scout, but
Yep.
and no damage from the TLT.
Now Dash is going to get blocked this round. That's almost guaranteed. There's nothing you can do that the contracted scout can't roll into with the right maneuver.
Well,
Actually, well,
I
hard
don't know.
3, like the contract, hard 1 maybe, but the A-wing is also there. Actually,
Yeah.
what I would actually try to do is run the A-wing out to block such that, like, do a hard 3 with the A-wing, And it's in a position where the contracted scout can't actually roll back
Yeah,
into where it came from.
but it would
Let's see if Garrison
block
figures
it.
that out, though.
It would block.
Sorry?
The A-wing would
hard to be
block,
out of
so
Hard 3 out of the A-wing should block the contracted scout, especially if it boosts around into where the contracted scout would go on a hard 1.
yeah.
Then the contracted scout can't complete that and hits, and a 1 forward won't let it do it, and no other maneuver would let the contracted scout block Dash. Dash should be able to get away without a block if the A-wing does that. And this is the time that at least that's what I think should happen.
We'll see. Meantime, Jakku Gunrunner's still just messing about.
Yep. Stressed because even though you can't see the token because Chris is hiding it in the chimiest of ships.
He's trying to do his 3-point turn.
Can't kill anything with a hot primary.
Back when I was running my aforementioned Garvin, Kyle, and Dutch list, this is back in the old damage deck, took the secondary weapon crit on Kyle, lost the turret, and I ended up with Kyle with my 1 dice primary against an A-wing, and basically he evaded every turn so that I had to be at range 1 to have any chance of getting any damage through. And I was able to outfly him to get a range 1 shot with full modification. And then obviously he just rolled an extra evade anyway. And that's like my 1 chance to do 1 point of damage to foiled.
Naturally.
I did not win that game.
When you said I had nothing but a hawk left with no turret, I assumed.
I just wanted to clarify, because, you know.
That's like saying, well, it was the evening and the sun was going down, so in case you didn't think it could happen, the sun went down. I mean, come on, it's a hawk.
It did actually go down.
Worst stat line in the game.
And bumpity bump. So the A-wing boosted.
The A-wing did what I thought it would do.
So there's the bump. Now we see what Dash actually did. And
Not
look
far
at
enough
that.
to not get blocked, though.
Yeah.
But if both ships are touching the contracted scout, it will EMP, and well, I think that's actually an outcome Chris is okay with. Like, I thought the A-wing would be a little further over, so the contracted scout would get a little more distance, and that would clear. It's not. Oh well, this is what happens when you try to evaluate game state from the screen.
No rocks, just a lot of bumping. And I guess we've got to roll for some APL action.
Something like that.
No damage. So, Dash should have a shot this time
Yep.
on that
Modified.
Spice Runner. Yeah.
HLC at something with Guido seems good.
Yeah.
That seems pretty good.
So
That's a
3,
guaranteed hit. So
and now he's got to decide. He's leaving it, so he takes 1 shield, and then he gets a face up, and
Who knows? And he took another one, so half horrible.
yep.
It hurts and stings.
Now the A-Wing's going to finish him off.
It'll try. It could too.
Just get one through and direct hit from Greedo. Or is it
Greedo's
first
only
per
once per
turn? Right, yeah, per round.
That would be a little
Every
bad.
attack.
Every attack? It's like, come on. That would make Greedo be a negative squad.
Yeah, that would be an
Like-
interesting idea. Negative squad cost crew members that have an ability that is okay
Really,
but not
really
great.
Looks like it's cracking the ion. So, yeah, well, stay
So-
there. APL. Could be worse.
I can't tell from the fact that the top of the screen is slightly below the top of the mat.
It doesn't matter which shot activates it. All it matters is it is the first damage card dealt. Because it's not the first damage dealt, it's the first damage card dealt. So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter which attack it does when there's a multi-attack sequence. It's just the first time that attacker deals a damage card.
Yeah.
Face up.
Double evades. But yeah, what I'm wondering is the contracted scout gonna fall off the table?
Oh, is it the first time you attack? Only? I thought it was the first damage. I thought the wording was the first time you deal a damage card.
Greedo.
The first time you attack each round
Damage
and the
through
first time you
on-
defend each round, the first damage card is dealt face up. So it's only on the first attack regardless.
Okay.
So the second TLT shot can't get it. Second TLT shot can't get it. Because it's the first time you attack. So it's face down, yep.
So then, would it not be because the TLT is all one attack now?
No, you still perform the attack twice.
But why can't you get like a full system? It's all about one attack.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one.
What's the
Well, we've
wording?
got this right here. The first time you attack each round.
First damage card.
Let's see if there's a clarification on that one
Greedo.
to interact with the new attack sequence. Greedo's not even in here. Unless he's in the...
I don't think he would be in that.
Unless he's been
list,
like straight up errated, I don't think he's in here.
No.
No. Okay, so timing chart. Well, TLT and Tactician is a different thing because it's a timing thing. It's after you perform, after an attack thing. Greedo is not an after attacking trigger though. It is the first time you attack. So you are performing the attack twice, so you are attacking twice. And the timing chart for things that trigger after attacking happen after performing the attack twice. Because this isn't one of those triggers. This is the first time you attack trigger.
Yeah.
I would argue that it doesn't work on the second TLT shot.
Right.
Because it is the first time you attack, and that is the first time. Because you are performing the attack twice.
Yeah, that's
Based on this timing chart. Because things like Tactician are after you perform an attack. And that explicitly goes after. But on this one, it's like you complete this one during your first attack step, during your first attack here, this first entire cycle, that is when Greedo happens. in this first attack. Then you go over here and go, oh, this was the first attack and a secondary weapon that says perform this attack twice. But you are no longer in your first attack.
Yeah.
It hit, so
Okay.
his hull is down to 3 hull now. Like, in the most literal reading, I would say that you don't get it on the second TLT shot. So, seeing as Greedo's not even in there, I guess it's never come up because nobody uses Greedo.
I can see it both ways. But we're going to rule against Chris
Because they've already done it that way. Okay, so Dash is on 3 hull, correct? Oh, and Hawk is dead.
Bye
Missed the spice from
bye.
dying while we were discussing this.
There's it.
Seeing as the entire English-speaking world's system of jurisprudence is based on common law and precedent, I don't think that's too bad of a thing because that's how the Western world works. That's just how it is. It is the nature of the jurisprudence that was forced on the entire world by rampant aggressive colonialism. Well, it's true. Once you guys stopped, the Americans picked right up where you left off.
Now look at them.
Hey, maybe this quad jumper can be a hero quad jumper like Greg's.
Alternatively, how was the time?
11 minutes.
I don't know, getting an entire country addicted to opium just so you can profit off of them sounds kind of like a bad thing.
Depends on your point of view. So we have Dash, 3 hull, and a prototype with 1 shield and 2 hull. This is contracted
It's gonna boost
scout.
again. Screw with the quad jumper. Haha, try to quad jump now.
Yeah, that gun runner is definitely.
See, you look like a Nails logic right there is why the Empire did nothing wrong.
What's he doing now? Why is that gun runner doing? Other than saying, "Hey Dash, shoot at me."
Oh, it turned. Interesting.
Turned
Setting
away.
up for future tractor beaming, perhaps?
Setting up for a future reverse maneuver. Yes, yeah, where's Dash going?
He's thinking about his action. I assume he looked at that dial, so. I missed his Intel agent activation, so.
Intel agent's dead.
I thought there was. Oh, no, he's shot over there, yeah.
Deaded.
I'm so used to it being on the scout. I forgot it had hot cop. Yeah, should have rolled. Tears. Dash runs away, as Dash is meant to do.
Run away, Dash.
Boost roll should do it. Well, will it occur to him to do it?
Well, I just boosted.
Yep.
We'll see.
I don't know. I don't want to take a free shot from the quad jumper when he can't kill it. It's too close.
Because those quad jumpers are deadly. Deadly! And he's just taking the focus.
That is a very strange choice. It's not the choice I would have made.
Well,
HLC at the...
contracted scout. 3 hits. There you
Chris
go.
pushing him into aggressive use. Judge!
Two. Oh, he takes the crit. Ah, yeah.
Yep, so the crit is a failure of weaponry.
There's a lot of running. There's running and dashing.
Yes.
And scouting. Yeah. Oh, yeah, look at this. 2 hits.
Ooh, the quad jumper stings.
Ouch, Dash.
He's down to 1.
He is down to 1. And they're at 6 minutes, 45 seconds. Although we could just let him play it out, because why not?
Chris has 7 hull left, so... 3 and 4, right? Yeah, he's got 7 hull left.
It's looking pretty good.
Just not a big fan of the sailing position. But,
No.
is it time for him to play with the debris?
Could be. And he says no.
I honestly would have considered a 3K to bring his gun into play. But, well, that's me.
I don't. Has he had a shot this game? Maybe one? Yeah.
Does the quad jumper even have a maneuver that lets him track?
Gonna move in front. Can he? I don't know from that angle that he's got. He's got tractor, but he's.
Can't do it. Not from that angle.
I think he's hoping that he can at least get a shot. But
The contracted scout will contract.
contracted scout. It's gonna be the gun runner doing all the damage. Because quad jumpers are
Does he fix?
awesome.
No, he does not fix.
Wow, that's an interesting choice.
Yep. Dash can run away to range 3. Or even just straight out range.
No.
I would roll him, boost away to guarantee to be safe, but I don't know. Maybe not. Hard to say. Because he can't. He isn't likely to kill the gun runner.
No. And, 2 hits. Fickle dice.
I grab the focus and hold it. But no, he's gonna go for it.
Out of range?
No, he's got
No,
it. So.
he's in range. That's
Well, the gunrunner is only firing 2 against 2, so
2 against 3 at
yeah.
range, but no modification on the defense. So I personally,
not this shot.
I would not have been doing that. That's. I mean, I know he wants to get damage through, but
Yeah.
you're taking a pretty big gamble. Because, yeah, you know, modified attack.
Only 1 damage on the gunrunner? Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, if you can get 2, and he only gets 1. And he only got 1, so,
Dash lives.
you know, if he rolls 0 blanks and gets the 2 hits, you're...
Well, he got what he needed. He's pushing damage through on the gunrunner.
Yeah.
So the more damage he pushes through, the more likely he can kill it before it shoots. So
It was risky, though.
yeah, very risky.
This is what,
But 1 of 8 on 3
points,
dice is not too improbable. And
29.
I'd like to be more than 1 hit on my attack, so.
Yeah, like earlier in the game.
16. So Chris, he's done 65 points, and Chris has done
Yep.
29, 27,
It should bring his
56.
gun into play.
So
Should. Probably not, actually, depending on what Chris does. But we will see. Quad jumper will quad jump forward.
Garrison is winning at this point.
Sorry?
Garrison is winning at this point. So it's,
Yep.
you know, with
2 minutes remaining.
2 minutes on the clock, if we are doing that. If it was a timed game, I think I would have been definitely trying to run away with dash. Don't risk that.
Well, we did put a timer on it,
Fluke.
so
We did.
just for the sake of consistency, we will probably call it a time. Though we could let them play it out if they really wanted to.
Because, yeah, I think as is, it's going to be a win for Garrison.
Yep.
So just under a minute left on the clock.
66. Garrison's got 66 points. and
He's going for it. That is...
I think he's gonna get it.
That stays. Hit crit.
So not dead.
Not dead.
Just the 1 crit got through?
A hit, a regular hit, and 1 crit.
Yeah. I'm just saying the 1, no other damage, right?
2 damage.
Oh,
So he's
okay,
down to 1.
So down to 1.
Is this going to be it? Gunrunner.
Yeah.
Oh,
Garrison is actually winning on points right now.
Yeah.
Until, well, that's before we resolve this attack and see
Yeah.
what happens.
so yeah, this is the last turn. Oh. It should have rolled an extra die, right? Was it range 2 or range 3? Doesn't matter, I guess. Yeah.
Yep. It was enough. The score is in Garrison's favor.
So yeah, 65 to 56, I believe. Killed the spice
About,
runner,
yeah,
got
56,
half
I think.
points, 16 for the scout, it's 39. Yeah, 65, and he killed 29, 27, yeah, 56. So yeah.
Yep.
So a close one. I think if they'd carried on going,
One more turn, the gunrunner dies.
Yeah.
Like Dash doesn't have to run from it anymore. Like
Right.
like putting a 4 dice locked attack into a gun runner is going to kill it.
Yeah. And then Contracted Scout, 3 hull.
Yep.
So
Yep.
you can
It is what it is. Like well, we're just discussing it from the point that it was at. If it were to continue,
Yeah.
we're saying from here, what would happen? Because you're not playing it out. So.
Yeah. So, a close one.
Yep.
A KG affair at the beginning. Audio Weasel, have a good night. Yeah, that was...
Well, we could bring them on to discuss that. So.
Yeah.
If they want.
Whenever I decide to kill it, it should die in 2 turns. But I have the choice of shooting Dash or not shooting him. I'm not going to take it like that.
Do you guys want to come in and have a chat?
All right, come on down. Let me pack away my crap from earlier.
Alright. So, grab a mic and we'll switch it over to... I guess I'll get Chris to switch it back to the desk. So, started off pretty cagey.
Really cagey.
And I know Chris kind of had a bit of a game plan. He screwed up the...
I've not done any different openings with the list, so I've not planned out exactly where I can barrel roll to and get past. So.
Yeah, so blocked yourself, which then put you a little bit behind with
It was more
getting in
the
that.
worst. It wasn't so much a quad jumper. It was the angle on the Hawk, because its style is so limited. Once it's at the wrong angle, I couldn't line up with the contracted scout anymore. I was always going to be offset, and that turn where I was sat in the middle and he said, "Oh, you didn't hit anymore." I was contemplating re-ramming him in the hope that it relines up, but yeah.
I think when you had that little moment in the middle with the A-wing and the contracted scout near the debris, and you got blocked that one turn, and then Dash was heading over into the corner, and then when we had that turn, I couldn't tell if you had enough room to do a bank and a barrel roll, and
I
then
did
EMP
until
him
he
off the
barreled.
table.
If he hadn't have barrel rolled, so it boosted the A-wing.
Yeah.
That blocked everything up, so that put me around behind where I wanted to be.
Yeah.
If he hadn't have done that, I would have EMP'd him off the table.
Yeah, and that
If
was
you were
kinda
saying
like,
that I blocked myself, and I was like, well, yeah, but it's better than if I block you, because then
it was hard to tell exactly with that debris if you would have been able to fit, because I think it would have been close to the debris. Obviously, if the A-wing wasn't there and you managed to get in and then barrel roll, I think you could have been in with that. But
I guess wrong as well with Ketsu on the A-wing. If I turn, if I carry on going, I could have killed just kept tractor beaming the A-wing over and over again.
Because that was it, like that gun runner and the A-wing were both just like pootling around and turning away from each other.
I was just trying to get a bunch of blocks of that A-wing. I didn't really.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to get shots. I was just
I
trying to,
did damage, I think.
I think he got a couple of shots in. With
on the A-wing.
The A-wing did damage to the Hawk.
Yeah.
I think you killed, helped kill Paylob, I think.
Yeah.
Mux. Yeah.
Mux, oh yeah. Yeah, it's hard trying to do. So I want Hotshot Co-Pilot on the Scout, but it's hard not having the Intel Agent on the Scout.
Yeah.
But that's the one I've been thinking about swapping around, putting Hotshot onto Paylob, so on Mux. But that just makes him a really, really big target because he's already
a target because he's annoying as all hell. So
yeah. Well, losing him early, the thing that hurt, it wasn't his damage, it was the loss of the Intel Agent against Dash.
Yeah, because that was the thing, and Calvin assumed the Intel Agent was on the Scout later on, and was like, "Oh, I didn't see whether he checked the dial or not," and I was like, "No, he didn't because it's dead."
Yeah.
But I think obviously it's kind of the obvious thing of
it's a bump master you want to block, you want the intel agent on that. But
I had no idea who I wanted to shoot first.
I think that's part of the good thing of his list.
For your list, I think Mux is definitely one you need to take out, just because he's got the intel agent. Yeah. Not necessarily for his ability, but although it was annoying that one round, but it didn't affect too much. No, because I slowed myself down. That first exchange of fire, I should have had both TLTs shooting you.
Yeah.
Which you'd hope pushes an extra damage through, and that
didn't really come into.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, Dash ended up on 1 health. So yeah, it's.
I think any crit other than weapons failure.
Oh yeah.
Of a blind.
Yeah. I would rather have a blinded pilot than weapons failure, because that's only one rating.
Yeah.
I can't shoot this turn. But then I couldn't fix it because I needed to stay alive, because if it comes down to it, I wasn't sure how close the game was. Because Dash is a lot of points. And I don't know, I was tempted to turn onto the A-Wing instead. But
yeah, I mean, I guess, if it was a tournament game and you were kind of thinking about it more, you might have done that. You would have counted up
once
the
the
points,
weapons failure goes on, there's no point turning onto the A-Wing because he's going to evade.
Yeah.
So.
Well, the A-Wing rolled like all evades all game long too. It was hot.
Yeah, the only damage was from the rock, I think. I can't remember.
From the rock,
it was. Yeah.
The crit on the shields.
And then you were pretty aggressive at the end there. Like, we were kind of looking at the time, and given it was a time game and you were ahead on points.
Yeah.
And you took a target lock on him instead of barrel rolling out of range, and then you did target lock focus.
I don't know. I just aggressive.
I
wasn't even thinking about the points. I didn't even consider that. I was just.
He could have died because if Chris had rolled.
Well, the last
focus
rounds,
or hit focus on that attack with the quad jumper, and then you whiffed your roll, he was gone.
Oh yeah,
it was a risky one.
If I get 2 hits on any of those attacks, it's a very tense dice roll.
Yeah.
Via 1 health.
No, that was my first time playing push limit dash, like the super dash itself.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was like, man, there's a lot of decisions, and there's a lot of barrels that I didn't take for like.
You ended up
you blocked yourself with the A-Wing a couple of times.
Yeah.
It was. I could see that it was what was happening, but then it was always in the positions where I wanted to be blocking.
Yeah.
Because that's how the list works.
Yeah.
So if you're blocking my block, you block yourself, but it doesn't. You're not taking
it worked out
pursuit
okay.
lasers.
Yeah. So I mean, it was like the A-Wing kind of did its job.
Well,
it got in the way.
I was never trying to get a shot with it. I was just trying to be in the way as much as possible.
Yeah. It was annoying. It was worrying the EMP device. I wasn't sure if my scout clears dash or not.
I thought he was going off.
Yeah,
I was.
That's what I was wondering. I couldn't tell.
Like 70-30, but I'm never going to get a chance to EMP him again. Where it will, because if he gets in front of me and I EMP him, he just boosts some barrel rolls and then still gets his shots. I need him to be behind me when I EMP.
Right.
And not barrel rolling to block the 4 forwards.
Right.
I think with a bit more experience flying it, I could have blocked off near enough every move. I think about half barrel roll.
If you had an intel agent on that contracted scout, then you would have known.
But then, how many points was Mux? He's
27 or something like
so he goes
that.
up to 30 points for a Hawk. And so I'd rather have 33 points on the scout than move it around. It's literally just for the point scoring. People normally, I didn't protect Mux as well as I usually do because the other 2 small ships were miles out of the fight.
Yeah.
Mux is normally the one who comes in on the last round, but I couldn't get past the jump master. So
nope.
I forgot he doesn't have a 3 hard turn.
Nope.
Yeah.
That dial.
I've got no idea what the jump master dial is because the number of times I forget he's got a 1 bank. doesn't have a 1 bank. I'm like, oh, I'm going to do a 2. And I think it's interesting to fly. But yeah, if I less stressing myself and bumping, I didn't feel like the focus tokens helped. The number of times I took focuses off my own ships. So, yeah. I don't know. Maybe I should have taken target locks.
Well, my B-wing didn't do anything barely. I was hoping he'd do a little bit more.
Soaked up some damage.
Yeah.
And he melted fast, so that's the one of
That's what happens to B-Wings.
Yeah.
They usually just die as soon as stuff gets pointed at them.
Against
2
TLTs.
and the contracted scout shooting them.
A couple of rounds.
I would, in my head, I could see him going down. If I get 3 hits off a scout, you don't evade. Double damage off Mux, then a crit and the damage off Greedo kills him in 1 round.
Yeah.
So there was potential for him to go down quicker. And I did have to waste the TLT shot, because it was the first shot that kills him. There's nothing more. With this list, it feels terrible. If you kill someone on the first TLT shot, because that's half of your damage output from that ship gun.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because you can't do 1 here, 1 there.
Terrible.
Sad times that.
It's kind of true for shooting at a 1 hit point ship, though. I mean, you're throwing 4 dice at a 1 hit point ship, that sometimes you are required to do.
Yeah.
I get overkill.
Yeah.
Is there anything left in the FAQ that we want to talk about before we wrap up the show?
I think we've covered all the big
Pretty
4 and most of the other bits and pieces. So.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
most of the rest is just like minor clarification.
Did we not do what was the nut stuff from a new wave? It was just Hotshot Copilot, wasn't it? That we
What
didn't clarify.
Snapshot?
They clarified that outside sources that modify the dice work on it.
So like
Oh, really?
Palpatine can do snapshot and
M5, G9, I think is
M9.
allows you to target lock friendlies and make them reroll.
yes.
Yeah, 9-8 or whatever.
Yeah.
nothing else from a new set, was there? I don't think.
No, I don't think so. I think that was pretty much it.
Excited to see what the Sentry box on the 18th, what the list will look like now. If they
Yeah.
change anything. Well, homebrew coming out.
Oh yeah, that is on the 18th, isn't it?
Yeah, that's just after
Yeah.
this.
That'll literally be the first day up.
technically.
So, are there plans to record any of that?
I don't know.
We'll do it.
That's great.
I'm not here.
I was gonna.
Well, you got a weekend off.
Well, in that
Why?
case, we'll not record it, and we definitely won't just play in it instead of running it. No, I'm sure we can record that. I'll just pay myself more, and if I don't record it, I get paid like $2 an hour less. So it's in my own best interest to do all the recordings. We have the Flight Academy
This Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So-
it should be interesting.
We're learning from the second and third game. I don't think there was anything to learn from the first game.
Yeah.
Aside from, don't do what I did.
Yes.
You
Just
can,
bring TIE bombers.
you can learn from my game, build twists better.
Yeah,
Two Hawks isn't quite that good.
You can also
You
learn
need
from Chris.
4.
Don't hit your own ships.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Don't
Land it.
continually hit your own ships.
Well, that boost that I had on that A-Wing at the first thing, and I totally took away those 2 actions with Dash. I thought I was done at that point.
Yeah.
I thought the A-Wing
He
was a
la-
little bit further. It was going to be a little bit further than it was.
Chris bumped himself and then landed on a rock with a gun runner,
Just a
and then you
massive
blocked
crack.
yourself,
The gun runner, I wasn't too worried about hitting that. Apart from the fact I took damage,
and you didn't get a shot.
it wasn't going
2
to.
dice at range.
I would have been extremely surprised if it had. I didn't expect to have a shot
Well,
because of its dash.
when
I don't know,
when
like-
Dash ends the game on 1 hull, you take every attack that you
You're
can
right.
get.
What?
So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
That's it, I suppose.
next Saturday, Flight Academy. We won't be recording that. We'll just be having a bunch of casual games going on. Anyone who wants to come down and get a game in,
I have to bring
get some
all of my
practice.
stuff, not just my little case of random
and then yeah,
lists.
Saturday the 18th, we'll see what people come up with.
Really exciting.
Yeah.
Quad
Just getting that
TLTs.
3-round mini tournament, or
I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to be here, so it's up to Chris.
Yeah.
Well, you could force him to do it.
It could say, Chris, this is what you're doing.
It depends how many people come down, really. I mean, you know, if you get like 16 people, you probably want to do 4 rounds.
Oh, I'll just go off whatever the thing says to do. It's easy.
I don't know.
Offers you an alternate 3-round tournament no matter how many people show up. So
Yeah. We'll let Chris decide that one.
Depends who turns up then. If I don't like you, 3 rounds and done. 60-minute rounds, get out. I want to finish early.
But yeah.
If my headache goes away or not, in 2 weeks.
Wow.
It's been 3 days, so
It's pretty good.
doing well.
All right.
Yeah, thanks for the game again.
Yeah,
Hope you
thanks.
enjoyed your time on the stream.
It was fun. Yeah.
Yeah. So we do at least 1 Monday a month normally for X-Wing. Yeah. Hope to have you all back, and thanks for watching, everybody. Good night.
You had to say that.